And welcome everyone to the 95th Kesh Knowledge Seekers Workshop. And today is Thursday, January 7th, 2016. It's the first Knowledge Seekers Workshop of the new year of 2016, which I'm told and understand it adds up to the magic number of 9, which is a year of beginnings and endings, according to some knowledge. So I think we'll probably see lots of interesting things this year, and we can start with hearing from Mr. Kesh at the Spaceship Institute and see what he has in mind. I understand that health is a topic that's a hot topic for today. So we'll carry on as it goes. Mr. Kesh, are you there and available?
Yes, good morning, good day to you.
Hello.
As usual, wherever you listen to these broadcasts, we try to bring understanding and the work of the Spaceship Institute and the programs of the Spaceship Institute in line with the work which we have done for years. And this year, just 1 second please. As I said, sorry about the gap. This year our plan is in one direction, and that is totally the achievement or trying to achieve the creation of the plasma to create what we call the elusive spaceship technology. We have made some efforts in that direction, and we have a number of projects which are running to show, to release, and to confirm the creation of the plasma. We see a lot of interesting pictures. I see one on the screen. Can somebody explain to us what this is?
Well, I thought I would show you that because last week we showed, I think it was a 6-stacker high unit. And this is from Roger Kuckerman of the French Dream Team new MagGrav. I've never heard or seen of them before, but it was posted in the Golden Age of GANs. And this has got what appears to be 9 levels, and easily added to at the top as well, I suppose. So they might be going through the roof with the next one. I'm not sure exactly how that's going. Is more better in this case, Mr. Kesh, or is it a case of overdoing it in a sense?
No, there is no problem in doing it, but what is the purpose to achieve? What are we trying to do? If these nano coatings and the GANs coatings of the systems are set in a specific way on the strength point of view, then maybe it has a purpose. But we got to find out why they are doing this, why they are going for such a large numbers. Is there anywhere, are they online? Can we talk to them, or is it just something they posted?
Well, it's something that was posted just a couple of hours ago, basically, and I'm not familiar with Roger and his group. If there's anybody that is a viewer right now that's associated with them and can say something about it, you can put up your hand and I can allow you to speak. Maybe there's someone in the live stream that knows something about that as well. I'll have to have a look at that on my live stream feed here. Whoops.
Don't disconnect it.
Well, someone mentions it looks like they're trying to create a vortex. I said, Douglas Edwards says, I made it late here. Looks like they're trying to create a vortex. He must be talking about something else. Oh, I made it to the show, he means, not he made the unit. A little misleading there.
Okay, is there anything else to see?
Well, there is something that's unusual, and I think I can just show this here just a second while I have to make an adjustment to my screen. This is from Colleen Black, and let me just share the screen. And Colleen mentions my entire studio is running on MagGrav. Thank you, Kesh Foundation. Sorry, I've been a little out of touch. I saw some of the things happening on this planet and decided to take action. So I signed up and was accepted to start school on January 18th at the Kesh Foundation Spaceship Institute. My mission or goal or whatever, LOL, is to find healing artistic applications for our environment and health, and teach lots of amazing artistic ways to heal. I'm also converting my Jeep into a hybrid thanks to the Kesh teachings. Happy New Year to everyone. Despite the world weirdoliousness, love always prevails. I can't wait for every step of our future. I can finally see a bright one for the children of tomorrow. And it says, grateful artist mom to have a part in helping humanity. So she's a single mom professional artist, and she has apparently, I think, 5 different reactor combinations, stacker units, actually, 5 different stacker units that she's put together. I'm not sure if I have all those pictures in one place here right now, but I thought that was an interesting, you know, this is becoming almost typical in a way that the people that aren't necessarily scientists
You
in that
see,
sense.
the interesting is that the interesting says my entire studio is running on MagGrav, and so it shows that the technology works. It delivers. We have seen a bunch of people posting that the system doesn't work and is wrong, and people who are running their system, their energy supply from the MagGrav system. So it shows we are correct. And something strange which is happening is a large number of people, we lost the screen somewhere.
I'm just focusing on the website. It actually is part of the Kesh Community Network website that's come up, and they show the picture there for
yeah, a large number of people are achieving and supplying energy for
system.
themselves. So she's running her studio with MagGrav technology, so it means it works. And this this situation, which has been risen by what I call the dark forces, has been given a new light this week. We received a interesting link that I sent you, Rick, one, which shows how they try to discredit scientists. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yes, I have.
I think it's good for people to see if we can put that link on to show how governments have systematically been trying to discredit scientists and scientific work like yours and ours. And it fits into every single page we've seen with the red circle in Antwerp and in Germany. Step by step, as they disclose what they found out, this procedure, it fits within step by step. So this shows these people work with hand in hand with governments, and they go from one technique to another, because one man cannot come up with one thing and then follow the same procedure next. It seems that they're reading from the same hymn ships and they have their own, what do you call it, instigators of discrediting, but it's not working. Can you put that link up? Have you found it? I think
Just a minute. I have to still
it's
find
very
it.
good for people to listen to this 11-12 minutes of tape. Is an independent release, and it fits exactly how it's been going with people to discredit the work of your work and the foundation work. And it fits exactly word by word into how in Antwerp and in Germany the foundation has been attacked. They have, and it shows, we told you, they are on the payroll, and being on the payroll they try to do these kind of things to discredit. If you don't do it by name, don't do attack personally, and the people around send emails and the rest, and you see if it's perfect. So we're 100% sure these people are worked hand in hand and on the payroll of these governments, and in time they will be discredited. There is no doubt about it. But now is for you lot who develop these technologies and you're using it and running your home or whatever, to put it on the net. In a way, we do our part and you do your part, and collectively we achieve something good. Something which is running in the background is that in the next few weeks we start releasing new technologies from Innovation Center, which a lot of you can directly use. We receive a lot of requests that we have managed or we want to produce maggraph systems for ourselves to sell. Do not do so unless you have received the license or you're gonna not got a tested certification, because this thing can run you in problem. It's no use you coming to us and asking, can we sell our units? If we say yes and then you sell it and it cause problem, or you don't do the connections or whatever the right way, or the people make a mistake, then that becomes your problem in a big way. So as we say, if you are thinking of going into manufacturing, go through the website, go to the manufacturers, the team is there to support you, and in a coming time we'll finance some structures to be able to become manufacturers. We won't finance everyone, we choose how and where, and in that process we move forward to not only show just the maggraph system, but the health systems are coming up. The new, what I call plasma flight systems are coming in, will show. In the coming time, I was speaking this morning, we take for the first time the first flight system into the open in the next week or two, to test it in the open space, in an open environment. Second one will be done in the next couple of weeks again. And the third and the fourth one is in line maybe in the coming days, where we try to produce as much as possible the plasma fields in the open. The reason we use the open space is that when you set up maggraph systems to fly, the structure of the building you are in, the table, the chairs and everything else interacts, the current, the wires in the wall, the current flow in the electricity, and affects your system. So when you test in open, and more or less you are in the environment which you were going to test. You don't go inside the structure for the time being. And we can see the fields and how the fields interact, what we have to move to create the interaction of the three layers. The flight test system is our ultimate goal, and we'll see what we can do in a way that you become part of these tests. I can see you put another one on a golden age of GANs is supported by the Keshe Foundation. So in the coming time, they will receive the support logo of the Keshe Foundation. We support their work, and
Yeah, I don't want to play the video here, but the commentary and the video is actually very interesting. I recommend people do check this out. If I can just read what she, Denise, writes here just a couple of days ago. It took me 3 months not having any technical or electrical skills, but with a little help from my friends, we plugged it in on New Year's Eve. It is now emitting the most beautiful, calming energy through the home. I have found I can sit with it and send this energy out to others who are feeling the same emotionally calming energies and very real physical effects. My heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Kesh and all who inspired me to keep going. And like I said, I can't really play the video. It's a Vimeo, and I haven't gotten permission and all that. But if you play through, she has these crystals, as you can see in the image there, crystals involved in her Maghreb setup. And the crystals are getting charged according to the little pen device that reads the electric fields. It is increasingly getting more charge, or it shows more charge in these crystals that are sitting a ways away from the Maghreb unit, I think up to maybe a meter away or so. And these crystals are increasingly day by day getting more electrical charge to them according to the little pen device shown on them. I wish I could show that, but I'd have to get a video from Denise herself to, I think, to show that. There was another comment. I believe that this is her comment. I'm a little confused here between the two, but she mentions, I think it was Denise and not Colleen, that says, anyways, this is how my untrained mind sees this. I don't see this from an electrical perspective, but more as an energy generator. I sense an energy field growing here, and it is quite a different feel to electricity. I know plasma likes the load, and I know plasma likes to be directed. And so I decided to add my load in a different way through my consciousness by asking it to charge my crystals and by powering my healing intentions out to other people. I'm thinking that the more I do this, the more the plasma will come into alignment with my intentions and get even more powerful as long as my intentions are pure. And she adds, I'm just experimenting. And that was her comment in the Golden Age of GANs group. People can reach that through Facebook, Golden Age of GANs, as you can see in the title there. This is Denise Higgison, her post. And I thought that was very, very interesting. I wish we could show the video, but I don't think that would be proper for copyright right now. So,
Rick, I sent you that link Kesh wanted on your Skype. Did you hear me?
Say the link for
the Kesh video he wanted to show you about the problems they give him.
Yeah, I had that already shown on the screen for the live stream, at least. If we could post it for people in the group here, that would be good.
We have it on the Zoom line.
Okay, that would, sure, we can do it that way. Hang on a second here.
The structure, as you see, it's a very good way to show. Yeah, that's it's gone behind the other one now.
Yeah, I'll
this is
just
share
it differently.
Internet troll and free energy debunkers. It's that's the link you can pick up and listen to it. It's only 11 minutes, but it fits perfectly as you've been on the internet and what has been happening on different websites and how they've been attacking and everything else, the foundation. It fits in their work, word by word, according to the paymasters in how to to do it. This has come from the British Secret Service, how they get their guys to do the dirty work. And now you see that dirty work. We told you for a long time, these are government agencies trying to tell you you don't understand, everything else is false, and write to you emails and all that. Now you see how they do it and how they've been encouraged to do it by their what I call the paymasters. So now you see the work, what we said, the Red Circle is a paid agent and is working with the Germans the same way, fits perfectly into this circle. But in any way, we don't consider them as what do you call it, worth talking about, because now everybody is understanding what the position is. The important part of the teaching is, do you have anything else to show, or we carry on with the teaching part?
I think you can carry on, Mr. Kesh. I mean, we could show lots of other things, I suppose, but I think we should. You have some particular health topic, I think, that you want to bring out, some teaching along that way, or?
Yeah, if you want to have anything else to show, we don't mind.
Well,
by the way, sure Brad, it's nice to hear you. You're back alive and kicking.
Exactly. I see, for example, Ali's here. He may have something he'd like to share, or anyone else that has anything particular that they'd like to bring up, or do you want to have questions later, Mr. Kesh, perhaps?
Are there any questions to answer before we start teaching? Because we go in teaching and then at the end we have a very few questions to answer. Are there any questions from anywhere on the live stream? Or
somebody just had their hand up, and I'm just going to allow them to see what they wanted here. Not sure if they came through. Jackie Buenzos, do you have a question or something you wanted to ask, perhaps? So you had your hand up there. I'm not sure if they can unmute, or should I try? I'll try to unmute. Hello, I've unmuted you, Jackie. Can you say something? No. Okay, I guess that was an error. I'll put them back as back to a viewer for now. Okay. Anyone else with anything they would like to offer at this point as far as a question for Mr. Kesh before we begin? Let me check the live stream here if there is a couple of questions like can we make GANs with no salt water? We appear to have done that by rinsing our nano-coated coils. It made CO2 GANs. Now you were mentioning about CO2 GANs before the workshop, Mr. Kesh. Maybe you'd like to elaborate about that for a bit. I know that's there's people, for example, there's people creating what they believe is CO2 GANs from the salt water by just adding caustic to it, and they get gobs of material that looks like CO2 GANs to some. Or there's others that see their, there's zinc plates are disappearing and they think they have a lot of CO2 GANs, but it's probably a zinc oxide or some other zinc carbonate or some other zinc product, perhaps. And to me, it seems, and I think to some others, it seems like it's not that easy of a task. Maybe it's easy, but one has to be exact in order to get the exact, what you call CO2 GANs. And for example, there's been one of these tests done recently on GANs. I'm not sure if you've seen that. I wanted to write in fact, I started writing a rebuttal on it and so on, from, I think, Joshua is his name. And it's one of these XRD analysis, X-ray diffraction and these scientific tests and so on the GANs, on what's supposed to be the CO2 GANs.
Yes, the thing is
a lot of zinc. Well, yes, of course, and that's what would happen you let the plates sit in there for several days and don't control the environment, and yes, you will get a lot of zinc. And then the trouble is the tests can't really, as far as I can determine, the tests can't really show the CO2 as CO2 to start with, and can't even show the tiny little GANs type entities, because they would be, number one, crushed by the drying and crushing process they use to test the particles to start with, and what they call particles. And the GANs is in a different state when it's in the liquid state, especially. It's expanded out and free and happy, and then we dry it and crush it and expect to be able to measure it. And instead they say it's a bunch of amorphous substance, meaning they don't have a clue what it is, other than it's somewhere in the scale of a wide scale of this X-ray diffraction. So essentially they don't have a clue what half the materials that they're testing are. They sort of fit the graph. If you use a hammer and pound down some of the peaks, then yes, it kind of roughly fits in certain ways, but they don't seem to be able to test it properly. So I'm thinking that it's hard to make and test proper CO2 GANs. And what do you think about that as a conjecture? Did I talk too long? Are you still there, or fall asleep, Mr. Cash?
I'm getting talked to by a very nice woman, Caroline.
Okay, well, I can understand that could be distracting.
No problem. If you give me the camera, I explain this again because we've been through this a few times. I try to share the screen. I can't share the screen. I want to go on the camera.
We're on the whiteboard.
I'm on the camera.
Let me see here. Okay, good. Thank you, Vince.
Okay. So what we have is what we explained. We know this from the beginning. You have the, I've explained this again before. When you put in plates and you connect your wires, you have to control the current flow in your plate. If you do not control the current plate, what you do, the flow is very low. The magnetic gravitational flow is very, very low. Don't forget that you have already created a nanostructure here. So you have a plasmatic field. In this plasmatic field, when you have created the environment and you increase the current, now in this part of the plate, you work in a plasmatic condition, but a high current. So what you're going to release is literally, if you have zinc, you release zinc oxide. Where in this environment here, you release CO2 in the water. So you get a combination of two. When you put a load across this, which is a small load, then the situation changes totally in a different way, where this produces CO2 and here you produce zinc. So as I was explaining before we started the session, when you use a zinc plate, it's literally impossible to produce a pure CO2 or pure zinc oxide. So when you produce this, you produce the two. Depending on how and how much and what you've done. If you connected the wires directly, 90%, 95% of your material is zinc oxide. If you put a load like a LED light or a motor, a small fan motor, 80-85% your CO2. The problem, it's very, very similar, because you see the combination. There is a reason we chose the zinc plate. We are working with carbon. The gravitational magnetic field of the carbon in conjunction allows the creation of a zinc gas. Even when you collect the zinc in the bottom, it still is in a gas state, is not in a matter state, because you are in the environment of the plate. This plate has dictated the condition, not what is on this side. This environment is dictated by this plate. It's the paymaster, it's a controller. The fields of the nanomaterial on the plate sit and crosses the full length. If you manage to create a long enough container and put a copper oxide nano coated on this side, and then place different zinc plates in different positions, you will see how much the difference will be. I've done this. It's a fantastic way to do it. If you manage to offset them, if you look at this box, if you make it three-dimensional, where your plates sit back to front in a way, one zinc plate hangs there, one zinc plate hangs there, one zinc plate hangs there, you see different type of gases are collected at the bottom, as the strength of the nanomaterial reduces in different. And at this point, you collect more zinc oxide, where here you collect more CO2. I've done all these tests. You can see it, and then when you get tested, then you can't get a confirmation. So how you load your plate depends. If you are going to use the gas for a specific reason in the space technology, in the plasma production, in nanomaterials, in the health pens, then it dictates what you can do. You're going for the psychological, you're going for emotion, or you're going for different way of interaction of emotions. Then you understand. It took years to develop and choose the zinc as a co-partner plate in this structure. Here you create more environment of a leaf. Here you create more environment of the psychology of the body of the man. That's how your brain structure works. And if you go inside the brain of the man, you understand why the behavior of the emotion in certain ways placed in certain part of the body or in the structure of the brain. So when you use these things and you have just connected the wires at the top to each other, you go for literally producing GaNs, what do you call it, zinc oxide. Very little amount of CO2. When you allow the current to be, I've tested it, LED lights of the green spectrum, the green color is one of the best ones which creates, or the red one, create the CO2 in this environment. It seems to be the right drainage. So people who go and say we tested it, there is no CO2, you have to understand what you're doing. As we say in the old knowledge, whatever you want to achieve, if you don't understand it, you relate back to what you have not achieved, your own lack of intelligence. A lot of you don't understand, and you think just because a friend, or I can do a Raman spectroscopy, I just test the bottom line. If you haven't made it, How do you expect the cake when you made the recipe for a soup? Very simple. And then you say it cannot be made. It's always a soup you can't make because you haven't put the right ingredients for it. You have to follow the procedure, you have to understand it, and you'll get to exactly what it is. But the way the structure is, any of you who does that, you get this. A lot of you, I explained this before, who work with the seawater. I explained this before, we go back on it again. When you use a seawater, you here in the past, in the other set, you had the plates. But in the seawater, you have the same position. You have a mixture of all the elements on this planet. I've explained this before. You go from gold to copper to zinc to whatever you want. Whatever you imagine is in the seawater. And in so many ways, when you add the caustic to it, you change every molecular atomic structure due to where they are and how they connect to each other. How they connect through the containment of the system you put it in dictates how you collect so much GANs at the bottom. Most of this carries CONH. So you have, by chance, by coincidence, CO2 in it. You have gradient of GANs of water. A lot of you don't realize in the water system you use from the seawater, you produce huge amount of GANs of water, huge amount of GANs of hydrogen. But what you see at the bottom is a spectrum of gases. Depending on what temperature you created when you added the GANs into it, with the caustic into it. Because each one has a temperature effect. So when you collected the GANs, you see it's a lot of GANs collected. Majority of it has zinc in it, has a CO2 in it, has a GANs of water in it, and the combination of the lot gives you the white color, and you're happy you have it. But the GANs you collect from seawater at the bottom of your container is extremely mixture of everything on this planet. But in the future, you can use this mixture for most of the things you want to use. If you get the GANs of seawater and produce it on your coils for a space technology in the batteries, you have the full spectrum of the energies needed for a space travel. It's as simple as that. Most of you who created the GANs with the seawater, use the GANs for your batteries for your space technology, for feeding. Everything is in there. Whatever the man needs is in the ocean. And when you make your batteries and when you use the GANs of the material on it, then now the energy of the GANs of whatever was in the sea now is available for the man. You can use every element you can imagine in this system. If you use water from different part of the ocean, you'll receive different type of gases, but near enough in the strength in certain elements. In time, when you test, you will understand more. If you give this gas to be tested by Raman spectroscopy and infrared spectroscopy and other spectroscopies, you'll find they give you every element which is in the creation of this planet. But majority of it is CO2 and the zinc, which is part of the structure. Because again, carbon is 12, zinc is 60. It's by the factor. That's why human race, the body, the structure of the life on this planet is very much dependent on the operation of the zinc. Because in part of the structure of the amino acid, zinc behaves very much as a stronger carbon. And in that conjunction, it allows different structures to come into operation. Life is not accidental on this planet. Is orderly, and it has sent for one to support the other. Replacement of one thing to the other. That's why in your body you have parathyroid glands, because the parathyroid glands changes this to this, or in another conformation and conversion, this to this or to this as it needs it.
Mr. Keshe, there's a question about would the GANs of water have a color, and if so, what color would that be? You mentioned that
It is
water turns into GANs inside the body, does it not?
Yes, but
water...
the color of the GANs is transparent.
Okay.
It's a very transparent color, and it states that in a way your lymph is that made of the water. That's why 95% or 65% of your body, 80% of your body is water, because it's lymph which is made of the gas of water. Your lymph is a gas of water, but energized in a specific way.
There was a comment last night about how the structure of water is different when it's inside the body. There's actual, scientific research about the shape of the water crystals actually are change and have to be different inside the body rather, and that water that's normal outside of the body is actually it takes a certain energy to change it to the type of water that's used by the body inside the body. So that correlates exactly with what you're saying, really.
It's part of, if you understand it, it's very easy to translate the knowledge. The water inside the body of the man is literally what we call the deposit bank of the spectrum of the energies. If you think of it the other way, the lymph of the body of the man is like the seawater. It carries everything in the same shape or form, but in an energy format and a matter format. And then you take from what you need in conjunction with your energy, which comes from your parathyroid glands, and then the division of the section by the what do you call it, other glands in the body. In the coming time, I'll show you how you can change the orientation of the lymph and the disease in the body of man. Last week we spoke about, if you remember, where we put a bottle on the table and we said, okay, if this is the body of the man, we could change it with a pen. But now let's go a step further. All of you have made these coils. We have made these coils in a very simple way, and we have both understand, I repeat this again, the operation of these coils. These coils are built to replicate the operation of the universe. This internally has a gravitational and a magnetical property. This has a gravitational magnetic property. The two together have their own gravitational and magnetic property in respect to each other. So the environment they create is totally shaped of literally a ball of plasma. Here we brought this in this line. In the space technology, which now we're producing the plasmas, we, as I showed you, we turned the plasma in this shape, where we could create and control both magnetical and gravitational to create pressure and changes. Those of you who follow the health section, you can use this. Let me explain how. If you put this as a body of a man and you put this on one side, you can change the orientation of this ring and change the plasmatic condition, gravitational magnetic field strength, which goes through the body if you put a similar unit on the side. Let me explain to you this way. This is one of the plates from one of the power supplies, maggrav units. If I put this maggrav unit here and put another maggrav unit on the other side of the body of the man, and now I orientate to change the orientation or gravitational magnetic field strength of the system. You see, I can adjust it to be zinc and I can adjust it to be gold. I can bring it to be hydrogen. So in a coming time, the orientation of the gravitational field on one system, as it goes through the body of the man or the body, will change and affect what is inside in the center. So if I can go this way that you can see better, this way. So if I put this on this side and I change this, as the energy goes through the body, it changes. You have a cancer based on calcium, you change it slightly, you bring it to potassium. In this environment, potassium cannot exist, so the cancer disappears. Because you change the environment of the field inside the body of the man. So the next step now, which you are learning in the health section of the space technology, you need one coil. Or you decide to hold the center constant and just change the magnet gravitational, then magnetical now. So you can change the two, or you can change the strength of the gravitational in the center of one in respect to the other. Becomes very easy. The new health systems, now that we know how to change gravitational magnetic field, you can go from hydrogen to any element you want by literally changing the orientation or the power supply as a plasma in the coils. You don't need to carry every medicine with you, because now you can change higher gravitational system, go to heavier metals, heavier elements, or become magnetical to release it according to what you want. So from now on, in the new health sections that we talk about, in a way, you don't need to carry vitamin C, vitamin D, or aspirin or whatever. One system, variation in the strength, orientation of one field to another will create what you need. This is what we said in the space. You don't need to take any medicine. A coil like this, which creates a plasma inside, you're not working with a field, with the plasma, with the coppers. You're working with the field of the plasma here. This is the plasma which you're changing. This is what you're working with. So in changing orientation, you change the plasma strength which is released, or you block. You increase the gravitational to go to heavier elements, or you increase the magnetical to release and convert to a lighter. But you place another system here, which means this has to interact with this. So in between is the body of the man. Change of cancer in 0 time, because you change the environment. Later on today, we are testing one, very much in this way. We have a man who's had a cancer, he's been, what do you call it, operated on, and it has reoccurred. Now we're going to test literally with 2 plates like this without a variation to see if we can change the condition. But don't forget, we connect these 2 together. That we decide that there is a need for a field flow. There is a need for interaction. Leaving one in respect to the other. with the body of man inside changes. Within this, as we develop this technology, you test, then we come to build one system. Literally a small unit like this can handle any disease in the space, because now you control the gravitation and the magnetical. Those are you who are in the health section and like doctors who work, slowly can start developing a system which is literally based on a free plasma. And just don't forget, you need to create a plasma condition. This way you get a flat plasma. You need the spherical shape of it, which is about twisting it this way in the middle, or the other way around. So the structure of the new plasma space is very, very simple. It's what you need, and now you have the tools for it. One simple system can give you, those of you who made that 9 stacker or 12 stacker or whatever, you can use these stackers, even make it 20 stackers high, but in a way that you can move it and put another 20 stacker across from it, or as we saw earlier on, Rick showed us, we have people who made this 9 stacker. It's perfect. Make it more, make it 20. As many as you can, the height of a man. Then make a variable stand that you can move another system, another stacker up and down in respect to this, and put the money of the man in the middle. You have a cancer in the stomach area, you use this. You have a cancer which is spread across the body, you use all of it. You turn a man, you got a brain cancer, brain tumor, you do this part. You have an amputated leg, you want to grow it, you create the field here. So the people who showed us, and they keep on showing the new pieces and the new condition, there's always application. When you go into it, you can explain it. Extend this, make this to 20, 30 stacker, try to be very close. And at the same time, when you make these kind of things, don't connect them to each other. Make a system that you can connect this to this, or this to this. Don't tie up to increase the field continuously to another. And then do the same across. If you can build a system which is very much in a star formation, the same as these stackers, and you place the body here, the body becomes the fourth reactor. You can dictate building of the chambers of the heart. You can building the pieces of the body where, for example, there is a cancer or there is a blockage, you want to remove it without open operation, because you can precisely with 3 position. With 2, you have a spectrum open. So you can pinpoint, create the right field for the muscle tissue of the stomach. And then you target it where it is, exactly where you want it to be. This is what is going to be added in the coming time. The more and more people come in, and as we open the institute as a research center, these are the things. People who come up with these things expand the knowledge, extend it in a way to understand what you're doing. Allow your positions from now on, don't make a place which are fixed with 2 rings. Allow in a way that you can make a flexible rings. I saw Armand showing me a spring he's made. Armand, are you there online?
Yes.
Okay, can you show us what you were showing me yesterday as the way, as a fitting for the coils?
Yeah, if you give me 1 second, Mr. Kish.
Yes, Armin was kind enough to show us in the Keshe Plasma Reactor group last night as well. And that was a pretty clever way, we thought, to connect the plasmatic wires, the nano-coated wires. We'll see here in a minute.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Mr. Armand?
In the garage.
It's too late. Are you still celebrating the New Year, Armand?
No.
Is it over now? Was it yesterday? Yeah, I think we better explain. The Russian and the Armenians, the Orthodox Church of Russia and the Armenian Christians celebrate the New Year on the 6th of January for the Christmas. So the celebration was yesterday. That's why the celebration over. They don't celebrate on the Christmas Day, and the celebration of the New Year is on the 6th of January. That's why it's busy. Yeah. Carry on. Share your screen. You're too small.
Share it.
Yeah, there is a beautiful face. Good morning.
Good morning.
Half asleep.
Yes.
Okay.
I got my new 3D printer.
Ha!
Whoa! We are.
We shouldn't let you lose, Armand.
Who knows what will come out of that machine now?
Yeah, this is perfect way to connect. You just squeeze in. That's all. You can nano coat this together and put your capacitor in between. And this is like plug-in, you know. But you can do the same with the same thickness of the wire.
Plug and pray.
Yeah. Pluggo. Like Lego. So you can, and it's flexible and it's not gonna come out. If you nano coat together, just it's perfect. And it's and anytime you want, you can take it out. I think this is gonna save a lot of hassle for everybody. Hello?
Yeah, we were just enjoying it. Can you make a video of this? How you make it? Because a lot of people have a lot of free time with this.
I know. This is, you know, here. Let's say you twist this and you just push in, and this way you can nano coat it. Then the other line, you can just put your capacitor.
That saves a lot of twisting, huh?
Yeah. Here.
And
that's
the thing is, would it have to be in copper? Would it have to be in copper, or like keep it all the same material?
Yeah. Here.
Rather than the brass and copper, so you keep. All right. Okay.
I had it in this, you know, extra wire, so I winded it because.
So do you wind a long length and then just cut off what you need and put a little loop end on it, so it ends in a loop instead of.
How big is your capacitor and how tight you wanna, you know, to squeeze it in. And this way you can connect, you know, different, you know, reactors together. Or if you wanna connect the upper reactor, you can bring your wire and just push in.
Armand, can you make a small, quick video how you do it and the way you apply it? Because we can send it to the factories to do it.
Sure.
There's a huge problem with the connecting of the plates to each other.
All they have to do, the same wire, you know, they
5 minutes video, Armand, please.
Sure.
And put it on a link on the blueprint.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good at it. Just spend 5 minutes and then we can ask the manufacturers or people who use it.
And we have small coils now.
Well, you did that in the 3D machine.
Cute.
No. Here.
Where are you going to use them? What kind of, are you going to 3D print a case for that? The cute
Yeah.
little car case
Yes.
for the car unit?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
I got my machine.
And well, now, will that coil
Is that
have
coming to
vertical-
Barry or is it staying in Los Angeles?
Big,
Important
Mr.
question.
Cage. Otherwise, I will carry it. I was thinking today.
Now we'll buy you one. We need a bigger one. We need a
Yeah.
3-dimensional big one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
definitely. That'd
So
be a good
if you
idea.
can
It's
make
very
it,
useful, Mr. Cash. Small things you can print right away and send it to the manufacturers. It's a
yeah,
save a lot
a
of
new toy for Mr. Armangolin.
yes. See, these toys makes these kind of things, Mr. Cash. So,
What this got to do with the 3-dimensional system?
because I can build a case for this.
Okay, make a video and put it on a blueprint and send the link to me to send it to the factory.
Okay.
Because it saves a lot of time. We have a huge problem in connection.
I know.
This way, just zip done.
And it's
Okay.
flexible.
Anything else?
No?
Sure?
Yes.
No. Okay, thanks, Arwen.
You're welcome.
Very right. The process with these, what we're talking about, the new systems. What we will be and how we change the process is that from now on, it does not matter what material we use. Copper, zinc, iron, whatever, is irrelevant. Because the plasma which is created in this center, which dictates the game. The strength which we give it and the strength we take from it. And with this way, because we are dealing with a free plasma in more or less a gaseous state of the plasma itself, it interacts with the body of the man in a direct way. So one thing which has to be blinded to in so many ways is walking away from the physicality. And this is what we started from the beginning. What you're dealing with, you look at this structure, I look at this structure. This is where the action takes place. This is where the plasma gives and takes. The rest, because of their interaction, dictate the condition. How much will be here? If you increase your gravitational strength or your magnetical strength, I put this two different ways that you can see them, and this one comes up. You feed it, you increase your magnetical through increasing gravitational. One of the things which now we see and you got to watch is the new batteries which you are creating. These batteries, which is even coiled with aluminum plates, nano coated or cadmium plates or whatever you have, they work extremely powerful way with these systems, because we do not work in the matter state, we work in the plasma state. So when you feed a plasma to a plasma, you do not go through the matter. So you can directly dictate with your battery what energy will come out of this plasma. Is replacement of the matter with the plasma, where for the first time we do not go through matter state. A plasma feeds a plasma, creates a plasma, the plasma interacts with the gans plasma of the body of the man, and if you make one stronger and one weaker, another system of the same here, then as it goes trying to catch up with this, interacts with the internal structure of the body of the man. You have to understand what you do and the way you do it. So this takes us to the next step. When you set up your health sections, health systems, you have to work this way. You created the hollow plasma between this ring here. You have the body of the man. You have the second plasma which you have created on here. This plasma has to be stronger. This plasma has to be weaker. Where the strong tries to feed the weak. 129 Tesla system. And so it covers the spectrum of the energy inside the body of the man. Here you have a cancer tumor. Because higher strength comes, it's like a sugar in hot water. Just opens up, it releases its energy instantaneously. So when you set up medical systems to create the health system to change the condition of cancer, somebody's got a feedback on. You have to remember that one system has to be more powerful than the other. That there is an
Mr. Kesh, can I show you one thing?
Yes. You want to share a screen? You've been opening my systems, Arman.
No, this is the one that I opened before. So
My
I
God.
kept it.
Okay.
So I was. So in between you can put a box 2, correct?
Yeah.
You see, you create your GANs.
Yes. This is exactly what I was explaining. So, oh, you see the smoke, the field is flowing. You can see it, huh?
She's burning up,
The
Captain.
maghreb of the smoke.
So this is
not
what you're
just
saying.
so that people know that smoke was not from the unit burning up or anything. They're just
It's just Arman's cigarette.
someone else on fire there.
So
Yeah.
Mr. Kesh,
Armin's
you're
so on
saying
fire
this
that
way
he's-
to.
Hello.
Say again, sorry, Armin.
So Mr. Kesh, I'm saying so this way you can position one coil is smaller, one is bigger, correct?
Yeah, and it's not a coil size, it's the strength of the field. If you use, let's say on your left hand side on the screen, copper oxide with platinum or whatever GaNs, in the other one you use a CH3.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You create a condition
Yes.
of the field. Yeah, it's the same process in the space technology. If you change the what do you call the number of the batteries on the left hand side, let's say with 4 batteries of the same, and the other side of 2, the 2 which is weaker attracts, and you put the body of the man between the 2, that will happen. What you see, what you just showed there now, which I explained with the bottle and the rings, this is the future of the health in the space. This is the future of what we will see will happen. What are you trying to do now? What do you call it? Plasmaticute yourself instead of electrocute yourself?
No, what I'm saying, it's a connections, Mr. Kesh. It's very, very simple. Yeah. And you can connect your batteries right away. Let's say capacitors, you can change. Like if you want a different strength, you can add on.
Take a video
By the
of
way.
it and send it to me today. And we send it to the factory.
Okay. See? Finish. No twisting, no nothing. No bending. It's already all pre-made.
I tell you something, the manager, the new manager of the factory in Italy is going to love you very much. This was a big headache twisting these wires. Huh?
I know. This
Yeah,
is so much time saving.
Yeah, but still is we got to
Factory.
find out how to. Actually, you got to make a wiring the coil around the same wire itself.
You can do that too. I made the coils that the end of the coil it's a in, like it's a coil, so you can right away plug in. So a lot of things you can do.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, I can.
I would like that 3D
I can show you.
Arman, can you make a copy of
like
yourself
this
in that 3D printer?
There you go. Just 3D print a 3D printer for Mr. Cash.
Oh, we tried to buy this 2 years ago, but it wasn't good enough. We have one we've been offered recently to look into it. I think it's the future to be able to do mass production testing. That's the way it's done.
Well, I tell you now, there's the sign of the times when you walk into the local drugstore, to the like London Drugs they have here, and you can now in their flyers they have 3D printers available for under $1,000. And yeah, I was almost shocked when I saw that.
They brought out 3D pens. Here you can buy it for $400 or 400 euro.
Yeah, 3D pens.
Yeah, you just create the
Over
picture
here, it's
as you want.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
just
laser
love that
pen,
kind of thing.
3D pens. You can make whatever you like with a pen. Okay, Arman, I'll wait for this video very quickly that we can send it. That's the, you see here, you see right in the back. Just keep your picture there, Arman. Hello, come back on. You see just in the back, you see that all that twist in the wires in the back of this white tray is solved. You see there, just where you're touching in the back, all these coils can be connected with with one system. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you very much, Arman.
You're welcome.
Okay, what's the next in the magic box?
Mr. Kesh, you can't turn them back on themselves if you put them inside of those coils, though, right?
Who's talking? Hello? Hello?
Sorry, who was that speaking? Go ahead.
Yeah, you can't
Robert.
turn the end of the wire back on itself, though, right? If you are putting that on it.
That was Robert
Coils.
Stubblefield, right?
What do you mean back on itself? I think it's both on the live stream and the Zoom.
No, you don't need.
Because it becomes one continuous flow now. Hello.
Yes, so in nano coating, we don't need to turn the end of the wire back on itself now?
What do you mean? On the springs?
That's correct.
Don't see why. But we don't need to do it on the end of the wires because it's one continuous flow. There is no losses. If you look at the structure, one field joins the other across it. With this connection, I don't see any need for turning.
There's no open end stuck out. There's
No
no
open end stuck because one leads links up with the other plasma.
Whereas with when they're just twisted together, there's always two pointy ends that would need to be turned.
They're open into a
on
space.
themselves.
Here they face each other.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're nanocoating, we turn that back on itself, and then after nanocoating, we cut it and then put it in the coil?
You don't need to nanocoat it. Just leave it straight and use the plugs. These new plugs with Armin showed.
When we're
You
we
can-
don't have to turn it back when we're nanocoating the coils?
Yeah, because you're not using the coils if you're not connecting. If you're connecting it, it's already can go into the wire, into the, what do you call it, the plugs.
It's under here. Once we are assembled, then with the assembled system, you do the nanocoating by fire.
Pardon?
So he asked about he has already nanocoated coils with the ends turned back, and should he cut them?
Yeah, but you have to nanocoat the end. Where do you cut?
It's better to make it straight from the beginning.
Yeah, you leave it straight. That's why I said you don't need to make a loop. Because everything is in the same tunnel, is in the same field strength.
Okay, we have a couple people with questions or wanted to become panelists here. There's a Jackie Cash Swiss. Did you have something you wanted to comment on at this point? I'm going ahead there.
Yes, it's just to show my setup. Can I show it?
Would that be okay, Mr. Cash? Are we ready for that, or what would you like to do?
No problem, no problem.
Okay.
So, hello everyone. So it's my first unit I built is on the grid. Then I connect all my office with the computer, the TV, ventilator, and heater. And then I make my new one. Just if I can show, where I totally put out the grid. I just connect with the Alex system, and then I put my battery's capacity on it. And,
Have you created the plasma batteries?
yes, absolutely. With a lot of different GANs and different. I have made GANs with all the materials that I have. And I have different type of GANs and different type of batteries.
Can you go back on your set, please? Can you go back on your set? Okay, go back if you can see your set, please.
Yeah, I have a problem with the headphone connection on my computer. So it's the Alex batteries, and then I have the small batteries, but it's really good what I see to connect really more easy because it's a lot of connecting, it's not so good.
What's the problem that is not so good?
It's a lot of wiring in all places. So if we can make easier to connect with what I just see, it will be really more easy.
Yes, but what I see you have, how have you connected your setup now? Your system is a flight system.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you connected it to see what it is, how it is?
Yeah, me, I see a lot of things, and another person can see a big spaceship.
Pardon?
Me, I see some very beautiful things, and other person can see a big ship.
You see the spaceship?
Yeah,
In what form?
it's like
You are the 5th person who's achieved this now.
it's some people, and they are laughing, and we are ready to take off.
Have you, the thing is, if you go back on your set, you're the first one who's come public with this. Okay, I think we can go a step further with this now. Ali, are you online?
Ali was online, but he mentioned that he preferred not to share right now.
I'm online.
Hi,
I'm
Ali.
online. Hello.
Hello, hi Ali.
Hi.
Ali, can we look at the structure of the flight system you built?
Yes, sure. Hold on. Let me turn on the video. Okay.
This is, if you look, okay. You see the structure is very much similar.
Let me go back a bit. So, go back. So I put, it's a star formation, but I use these pipes, PVC pipes, and go back here. Okay. So I got the middle stacker, and this is the middle stacker here, and they're all separated. So I didn't put them on top of each other. I made sure that this one is separated than this one, because they should all have their own separate gravitational and magnetic fields. And this is the bottom one. And I got 3 star formation, so there's 3 outside here. And I got this one, and I got the other one there. And these are the batteries on the bottom. I'm making more batteries right now. These are the, let me see if I can get it on the screen. So I have to make 4 more, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, and these are in parallel, and I have to make serial connection to each other. There is no GANS paper in them. They are made with pure aluminum, and if you put it in caustic, you're gonna burn the aluminum. So you have to really heat coat, use like a torch or something, and just heat the aluminum. The better one is using titanium, of course, to if you have a titanium sheet, to do it with titanium. And they're split. So you got a split here. It's wrapped around itself, and on top is there.
This, Ali, this, what Armand just showed us saves a lot of problem for your connections, huh?
Yeah, that's a really good
good way. Can you explain to us what you see in your structures?
Well, there's a lot of shimmers in the room. It's kind of like a tidal wave. It increases at some point in the day. It goes really, really high, almost like overpowering, very powerful. And then it drops down at certain times in the day. If you dim the lights, there's tons of shimmer in the room, lots of sparkles. You almost run into it. Like your body's reflexes is like when you are moving, you are thinking you're going to hit a wall or something, and you naturally want to avoid it, but you'll pass through it. What else? And it does create kind of like a vortex, and it does pull you in, and it interacts with your body. And there are times that it's so powerful that you wouldn't miss it. It's so very powerful. With the connections, as per Mr. Kish's last knowledge seekers information, you have to connect your the 3 outside star formation have to be connected gravitational to gravitational, magnetic to magnetic, and on the middle stackers, you gotta do opposites. So gravitation to magnetic, gravitation to magnetic, and magnetic to gravitation, magnetic to gravitation. If you use some crystals, it will. I have some pyramid crystals I was experimenting with. I put one on top of each one. It pretty much connects to your conscious mind, so you directly can interact with the plasma. So these are something that we would like to explore more. What we can do with this.
You use the seawater as your GANs.
Yeah, all my ganses are seawater, and there is one CO2 which I put caustic in seawater, and it produces beautiful white kind of amino acid structure and also CO2 in it. And there was another one which I put the electrodes with brass and copper wire, nano-coated wire. And there's another one which is a heavier one which I made with different type of elements, including copper, brass, and maybe a bit of iron in it.
Can you tell us what you see as structures?
When you walk into the room, it's like a misty room. So it's like when you pass through a mist, there's like vapor in the room almost, and it's visually, you can easily see it. You can even touch it. Some of it moves, like turns, and it flickers, and sometimes there is some, like between the stacks, you see a bunch of lines or a bunch of lights or something travels to each other. I think it's different kind of ganses. There was a video.
The thing is, you're not the only one who sees this. All the 4 or 5 of the friends,
yeah,
being with you, they see the same thing.
Yeah, and it's just interaction of ganses that it happens. And you can also, there are certain points where your amino acid matches the energy of the system. There are some parts of your body that it disappears because the magnetic gravitational frequency of the coil matches the magnetic frequency of your body.
So people who are in the room, they don't see that part.
Yeah. So you see disappearing hands, sometimes disappearing head.
You lost your head a couple of days ago.
Yeah. And the dimmer the light is, the easier you can see. So if you're just first testing, make sure to dim the lights quite a bit.
Let me explain to the people in the background. Ali is part of the Keshe Foundation structure. He works, and I guide him directly in how to structure and build things. So he is part of the Keshe Foundation Space SSSI unit. He is as part of the, what do you call it, Keshe Foundation team. So anything which is to be asked, you have to go through the foundation, and we develop, because he will be heading the space section of the Keshe Foundation in coming time as he becomes full-time Keshe Foundation member, as he moves from job to job. So we see now another one. Can we have the guy from Switzerland? You can tell him what you see he needs to change.
Yeah, sure.
Rick, can we have the gentleman from Switzerland sharing a screen with us? Yeah. Okay. Can we go back to your setup, please? If you go close, then we collect. We explain to you what's the difference.
Yes.
You've done a beautiful job. It's absolutely beautiful. Perfect to see it.
Thank you very much.
What you need to do is, in connecting the gravitational base of the 3 base units,
Yep.
you have to connect them to each other at a gravitational base that they share power, that you can get a constant lift. One thing else, I think you can tell him what he needs to do, Ali, is the center coil, you have to turn it 90 degrees.
Yep.
Yeah, this is what you need, because then you create a plasmatic. You still have the same position. I have the same setup with me here now. I can replicate your system. What you need to do, whatever material you have used for the structure, you have to nano coat.
Yeah, I make it. I nano coat all the pieces and the wood and all the things.
I see you got you made the slots that you can move the units back and forth on the legs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Your unit has to be at least another 10 centimeter off the ground.
Okay.
It's too close to the ground, so the field's interaction touches matter state.
Yeah.
From the table. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Just give it some leg. It's like the, what do you call it? Like the oil fields are standing on the platform with the legs on.
Okay.
What about the legs, Mr. Kesh? Can you comment on what's the best material for legs for most?
It's the same material as he's using. This is the
stainless steel,
this
or
is the
what are we
fifth
seeing?
set I've seen. If you contact me afterwards, Jackie.
Yeah.
I'll bring you into the Keshe Foundation space team.
Okay.
And then I'll guide you how to connect even with the systems in Canada.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then you work as a team. We have the three other guys who do not want to come into public domain, but when they choose, they come. There is no problem. But you can turn your gravitational coil vertical.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now, only the last one.
Pardon?
On all the stackers or only the last one?
I can't hear. It's very distorted voice.
Yeah, because I have problems with my microphone.
Hello.
Hello.
Say again, Jackie, please.
Yes, I said, did I turn all the coil of all stackers or only in the last one? Okay, we'll try. Yeah, is it better?
You are too far from the microphone.
Okay. Yeah, it's good.
Try that again.
Can you hear me?
No, barely.
No. Go back to the screen. Go back to your laptop. Maybe we can hear you better there.
Do you know how to select the microphone in the Zoom window? Right beside the mute button, you have mute, start video. There's a little arrow. Click on the arrow and then select your microphone. You have built-in and various microphone options. Do you see that?
Yeah.
At the bottom of the Zoom where you have the question and answers, you have a camera, you have a microphone. We should hear ding dong. While you... No, we can't hear you.
No, we don't hear you yet. Can you select that microphone in the Zoom now? Under microphone with the little arrow beside the mute button.
Yeah. Here, is it better?
Yes, it seems to be.
Yeah, because I have a problem with...
There you go. That's good.
Perfect.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much better.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, ask your question, please.
Yeah, I said, did I need to make the rotation of the coils on all the stackers or only in the top?
Now, I tell you what to do. Is your system connected to batteries?
Yes.
Okay. Can you speak properly? Can you go closer to it and speak?
Here?
Yeah. Can you speak as you go closer?
Yeah. Here it's the batteries Alex system. And then this is 4 batteries for these stackers, 4 batteries to these stackers.
Okay, I'll tell you what I want.
Whenever he goes close,
No. Move back to your computer. Go back to your laptop. Okay. Can you speak?
Yes, I speak here.
Okay. Go back to the system. You have created a shield. When you go close to it, interferes with your microphone.
Okay.
This is the field from the system which is interfering.
That
Okay.
seems to be the case, yes.
Okay. So it means your system has already made its own shielding.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why we couldn't hear you. Doesn't matter whether you try the microphone or the handset or the, what do you call it, the earphone. Okay. Explain to me now, please.
Yeah, I make the Alex system with the batteries, gravitational magnetic. I connect my central unit.
No, we still got a problem.
There's a lot of feedback and
Yes.
Yeah, we got a problem.
Can I try something else and change my microphone to the other computer?
can't barely hear you.
1 second.
Yeah, it's back on. Hello.
That's much quieter, that's for sure.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah.
Okay, can you repeat your question, please? Are you trying to make an orange juice on the right side with the water?
I make my cup of life. And I
We can barely hear you, Jackie.
Yeah. Problem.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah. I make my cup of life. I nano-coated the interior. Then I put CO2 gases, and then I have 3 types of gas in the container. And then interior, I have my bottle with water.
And you have the orange on the top.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you love orange juice?
Yeah, I love. I
What
love
does it
vitamin
taste?
C.
Does it taste?
It tastes like orange, and the water feel like a lot of energy. It's a different taste. It tastes like orange, yeah.
Okay, but your system, you were explaining something to us.
Yeah.
Can you ask?
Yeah.
We can hear you clearly when we see your face like now, so otherwise it was distorted. So go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. I make the Alex beads with the split capacitor, and then I connect these beads to the central unit on the fourth, which the first in high level. Then from there, I have 4 batteries to alimент the first, the second, the third, and the fourth in series, and then they are in parallel all together. 2, 3, 4 in parallel. Then I connect magnetic, gravitational, magnetic, gravitational, etc. And then I have a connection with the 4 stacker up to magnetic or gravitational in the hole. And it's why I need the new connection, because I can plug or unplug.
Yeah.
On magnetic or in gravitational.
That is fantastic. What I would love to do after the session today, please contact me through Webmaster, through Wins.
Okay.
And then I'll bring you into the what I call the SSI, because we have separated the Keshe Foundation spaceship from the rest to make the core, and then we'll give you a destination of the city to come into.
Okay.
We bring all of you who are building at this level to welcome to the spaceship city. We're coming more or less to the final agreement.
Okay.
And then we'll try to bring the people who are at this level to build the spaceship directly, as you see, as a team.
Okay, perfect.
It's 5 of you now, and now that the people have seen the structure, they can start building. There'll be a number of you, and then we bring you into the spaceship city in
Okay,
a very short
perfect.
time. But what you got to watch is your systems is in a flat condition.
Yeah,
As you saw with
absolutely.
Ali, as you've seen with Ali, the magnetical is flat and the gravitational is vertical 90 degrees to it.
Yeah.
Now you deal with the total free plasma in a spherical shape. If you can make your 3 core bases like Ali independent, fixed to the center that you just move it, then you can move into the center of the system and become part of it.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, your system is strong enough.
Yeah.
Literally board your own ship. You understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very nice to see it. All you need to do is just to increase the distance between the plates.
Yeah.
That you can turn the center 90 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and the other thing which you got to make sure is that your gravitational core in the center is not connected to any others.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Ali, can you show him how to do it the way you've done? Just look how Ali has done it. Because of the 14 gauge, it fits perfect. He was showing it to me this morning. Is Ali there?
Yeah, I'm here. Would you like me to start the video?
Yes, please. Just show how you done your gravitational system is totally hanging on its own.
Yeah, so let me bring it closer. As you can see, this is hanging on nano-coated copper wires here. Go back a bit. Pull it on the angle. So the wire itself doesn't touch, the gravitational doesn't touch the body. It's hanging on the air with the nano-coated copper wire. So you have, and there's 4 of them here. So 1, 2, and 2 other on the other side. So this thing is hanging, and the middle coil is hanging on its own in the middle. I just turned it 90 degrees, and it's hanging by its own, connection to the middle here. And the key is to make sure if you have a frame like this, you have to put the whole frame in the caustic. That way you're fully in the plasmatic environment, you're not in the matter environment. And that would definitely help to improve the power on the system. You'll see a significant improvement in the power of the system. And please get in touch with me if you have any questions. I would be gladly help you out.
Okay.
Well, as I said, we'll bring you in as a part of the spaceship organization. And separated it. Thank you very much, Ali. Ali, would you like to tell us what you were seeing as because you used the seawater?
Yeah, so we had a few friends invited, and we had basically a little bit dimmed the lights, and people were moving their hands, and there were quite a bit of distortion. So at some points when you were moving your hands, people would see, and we have it on camera as well, that the hand started disappearing, the fingers started disappearing, and that this was before we did this system. It was in cola bottles, and it wasn't as powerful as this one. We tested it with this system, and completely my head disappeared at some point. It's not that it disappears, it's just field distortion. It's like the light bends because you have created a separate gravitational magnetic field. The light goes around and moves in, so you basically don't see the object in front of you. So it's not a true disappearance, but it's just the light bends over that field.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Ali.
Thank you.
Can we go back to Switzerland? Is there anything else you want to ask or to show us?
Oh, I think for the moment.
What you need to do is to change chemical and sharing. Yeah. Okay. What you need to do is to change your, if you can extend the separation between the plates and turn your gravitational coil into a 90-degree in respect to the other. Yeah. Then you create a free plasmas, and the 3 free plasmas in respect to the thing will give you a better condition of your visibility of what you call your UFO, your spaceship.
Okay.
Do you feel when you put your hand through a change in the field energy in the environment in that area as you're passing a field force?
Yeah, I feel, first I feel all my body changing. I feel like every cells in my body change and mute in another state. All my perception are totally different. I see more colors. I can read energy in the other people. I can, and when I put my hand, I can feel the fields. And when I come from the center, I feel I can change the energy of the field. I can make stronger or less strong.
Do you feel as you cross a barrier near the system?
Yeah, exactly. I seen a barrier, and I can push this like this wall in a different state.
What you need to do is to move one of the systems. Don't move everything. Move one of the systems position slightly. And very, very slowly, give it a few times, give it some times, and see if you start feeling solid state matter touch as there is a physical entity in one section. It's not necessarily on the side where you move the system, it could be on the other side. But stand back and look if you see a physical structure.
Okay.
And then move the base slowly till you see if it increases or disappears. Move the system back a slightly different angle, because you made your coils different from different materials. This you have to find how it'll be. When we produce the final system for a space flight system, everything will be totally homogeneous. Everything will be finely controlled.
Yeah.
But because you made your coils of the different gases and different materials, you will have a slight variation in the system.
Okay.
I congratulate you. It's a fantastic way you've done it. Hopefully you join us on the spaceship team, and that we can, with Ali and others, we can show the potential of the system.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. But if you increase the power supply, not by battery, because the battery is very weak.
Yeah.
You have to create plasma batteries, like the split system. You'll find out it's your system will be very powerful.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, but one thing you got to do is the way I've taught the others and Ali is, if you make a system like 4 batteries on one set, make the other one 3 batteries.
Yeah.
Don't make it exactly the same.
Yeah,
And make the other one 2 batteries. You understand?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that you create the flux flow that it gives you the credibility, because they balance each other at the end.
Yeah.
But there's always one needing the shortage, so it creates a flow that it allows you to create a structure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, do you feel any difference internally when you?
Oh, it's totally different. It's another life. It's another game. It's another planet. Yeah.
what do you see from inside?
From inside, I see a new world, a world of beauty, of light, of peace, of tranquilness, of all. It's totally different.
How far does this extend, the barriers of the system?
It's the sky.
Have you ever walked out of the house to look at the boundary of the house?
Yeah, sure. I see. This is very huge. I don't know how big it is, but it's so big.
Do you see a glow, what do you call it, like a field flux outside the building?
Yeah, I see. I have a big ship.
Okay, Rick, Ali, are we allowed to show part of the recording of last week? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that should be fine, no problem. Go ahead.
Okay, Vince, do you have access to the recording of the picture from outside the house where we see the glow passing the boundary of the house? Okay, let me explain to you what happened. Last Monday, with Ali and a few of his friends in the house, we made a recording of the same system where they were seeing the plasma flow in the house, looking bluish plasma. Do you want to explain yourself, Ali? This is better than me doing it.
Yeah, so first I actually designed a system similar to yours where I had the star formation, and basically I had the star formation, and I stack them pretty much like the way you did. And I did see a bit of shimmers and everything on top. It wasn't as strong as when I turned the coils this way in 90 degrees. And basically the coils were flat, and I could go under the unit and see there's like this kind of almost like a little vapor or cloud on top, and I was thinking that would have been the top of the spaceship. Then when Mr. Kesha went through the knowledge seekers workshop, he explained that it's a good idea to turn it 90 degrees, and I said, well, I could do it for my star formation, so I did that. And as soon as I turned it, my whole house started glowing, and I just dimmed the lights and started wandering around the house, and I see all these particles and stuff going around, and it was as if you're walking into a really misty environment. It's like a little misty, and you see vapors and everything. So I got in touch with Kevin and Mr. Kish, and we invited a few people and friends, and we did basically I spoke to a few of my friends who are pretty much curious. They came to my place, and one of my friends put her hand through the unit, and while a few of us were watching, her hand started to dissolve, and kind of the lights weren't reflecting off her hand, so we would see it as becoming invisible, which got us more excited, and we got in touch with Mr. Kish, and I said, let's get together, bring more people in, and let's film it and see what's happening. So we got a few friends over, and it was like the same setup that you see here that I have with all the pipes and everything. It was only a cola bottle, so I had a big cola bottle with 3 stacks, and I had all the 3 around and connected them up. It was connected to the electricity. It wasn't connected to the plasma batteries at that time. But we could see basically a lot of shimmers and so forth. It added some batteries. It made it even more stronger, and it wasn't even plugged into the electricity. And we would still see the shimmers and everything. It was from what I heard, it was a bluish color shimmers, which is like the blue planet. We live on the blue planet Earth right now. So because we got the elements from the sea and the elements come from the planet Earth, you see the shimmers as like a bluish lapis lazuli type of a color. And the field was very big, so Mr. Kish asked a few of us to go outside the building and take some photo shoots. And we take some photos, and on top of the whole building there was like a little dome, as I would say, and it was glowing in the picture that shows that the plasma has gone outside the building and that can cover the building. And once you turn to 90 degrees, the field becomes very powerful. So you're looking at the mothership, basically, that can cover possibly an entire northern hemisphere, and if you have one in South America, the southern hemisphere. So two of them can actually protect the whole planet. They're pretty powerful. So yeah, this is a time for change. It's exciting times, and it's time for us to enter a new era for everybody and, you know, experience world peace, because you have technologies beyond our imagination that can change the structure of how we live and how we move into the future.
Can you tell us what happened to you on New Year's Eve? When you went away somewhere?
Which one? There's so many things happening.
You could see this. You could see the plasma. You said you were some 3 kilometers away.
Oh, okay. When I use the crystals on top of each stacker, that's what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have this quartz crystals, and I was just experimenting because I know crystals are a bridge to, it looks like a pyramid, you know, and it's made with pink quartz crystals. So they're very gentle on soul and spirit. And I put one on top of each one of these on all 5 stacks. So these crystals bridge the gap between the plasmatic state, which is a really higher vibration, to a physical state of the man, which in the brain of the man, there's a crystal structure. So if you put a crystal, your, I would say the mind or the conscious or subconscious, I would say, connects to the crystal and the plasma. And you actually, what I experienced was an etheric spaceship, not a physical one, because I was physically here, but etherically I was traveling above the earth, and I was way, way above the earth. So that was the experience that I had, kind of like a remote viewing, as you would say. But I was up there, and consciously I could feel it, and it was an extraordinary experience. Because you haven't experienced it yourself, I would say the best thing you can do is to experience it. So for people who are doubting the technology or whatnot, just build it first, interact with the field, use some crystals, experience it for yourself, because the first-hand experience is how we learn. If you just hear it from me, you say, oh, it doesn't exist. But you got to first-hand experience it, and hopefully once we build the bigger spaceships that we all can travel, then that's going to be the best thing for everybody. Okay. So yeah, thank you all.
Thank you very much, Ali. It's very interesting to hear. As I said, pardon?
Can I show one more thing?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead, Jack.
Share your screen.
And thank you too, Ellie, for being
Ali, thank you very much indeed.
For strong enough to present all of that, and you know, it takes a lot to be a pioneer in this business, and when you're out front there, it's very difficult. I realize
Thank you,
that.
Rick.
So thank you.
Thank you for all of you. I highly appreciate it.
Thank you, Ali. Speak later on. What are you showing us?
This is stackers, which is, you can easily, it's 1 stacker each. because of these connections, what I was thinking, it's very easy to connect. So you can stack it up, like you can buy each unit separately, and you just right away can connect and stack it up.
They make shelving units like that now. I bought some white shelving units that fit
It's like
together
Lego.
like that.
It's like Lego,
Mm-hmm.
right on,
Mm-hmm.
vertical. And if you connect this way, your inner core, it just stay 90 degrees. You don't need a support for it.
And the outer would be supported by the 3 tabs is your
That's correct.
concept. And what would this be made out of, you figure?
3D print.
Material. Pardon me?
He's testing his 3D printer.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mr. Cash?
Very nice. You got to remember that 2 gravitational systems have to have the same gap space as the radius of the coil.
Exactly.
They should not be touching. There should be a gap that the fields can flow.
They're not
They should
touching.
not be next to each other. They should not be touching. There should be a gap equal to the radius of the inner circle.
It's calculated, Mr. Cash. I have my whole coil.
No problem, Mr. Armagolan. You can do it.
So is that, Mr.
Just
Kesh,
explaining to the others who are doing it.
is that between the horizontal coils you're talking about, or the vertical?
The 190
So
degrees.
there should be, like, if I don't know, if the vertical coil was 10 centimeters, say 5 centimeters radius, you need to have that as a gap between each vertical coil.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fields interact. You're not enforcing it. It's fantastic. Jackie, please get in touch with us to bring you in as a part of the, what do you call it, the spaceship team. The spaceship website is totally separated now, so we operate through that section. Is there anything else you want to show us?
No.
Thank you very much, Mr. Armagolan. You made life much easier for manufacturing today.
2 more things, but I'll show you later.
No, do it now. Then we don't have to wait.
No, I have to
You're
go.
playing little girls game. Play man's game. Show us what
can't
you
go
have.
to garage now.
Pardon?
It's in the garage, Mr. Cash. I already laying down.
Well, oh, you have the spaceship in the garage, you mean?
Yes, but not ready yet.
Not ready yet. Okay, no problem. Are we going to see them today?
Not today.
Oh my God. You are very hard to get. Okay, is there anything else to see, to look at, Rick?
Rick, I can show something. This is Denny.
Okay. Go ahead, Denny. What do you have there?
I'm going to put on my video. Okay. So these little units here are separate little, let's see if I'm going in the right direction so you can see them. Okay. They're separate little units where I'm using only 1 unit per stacker. This in here is the center. These here are on the outside. And this is just a prototype. Now this larger one is one where it's 1 unit, and you're I'll just put this on here like this for a demonstration. Just for demonstration purposes. So you can slide this back and forth. This is a star formation. One goes here. One goes out here on this arm. One goes out here on this arm. One goes out there on that arm. And
Can
So
we
this,
see the top of the unit there?
yeah, I'll just see if I can move my camera a little bit.
Oh,
It's
there.
just,
Okay.
it's just 3 separate wires put in one of those, put in a coil, fit into a coil, and it's got a little hook here to hook your MagGrav unit here. I do have a question, not on this system, but on the principles of the MagGrav coil. I'd like to annotate, and so I'd like to go to the whiteboard. So when we have our coils, this is the inner ring, and then when you've made your coil, you feed this wire back through here. That wire that goes back through there, can it become batteries instead? So let's say this is our gravitational coil. Let me see if I have a picture that I can. Oh, I can't. So this is our coil, our gravitational coil, and we've made it. And when we get to this point here, we feed this center wire back down through here.
I understand.
And out it comes, and it goes over to our other outside gravitational. So what I'm wondering if, and use one of Armin's splicers here, and put magnets, battery capacitors on the inside, because I'm trying to understand the principle of this particular wire that comes through there. If it can be used as capacitor batteries, then I could power that whole system in a little neater fashion than hanging down capacitor batteries off of my frames and stuff. You know?
You can do so if you want, because in one of the tests, we did the same thing to the coil, gravitational coil of the inner ring.
Yes.
And, I can't remember the outcome. If is Renan somewhere there? He might. I cannot remember what was the outcome.
Well, it's worth a prototype for me, so I'm going to go ahead and try that.
Try it and let us know, because around September, October, we did such a test, but not with the center pin, but like a capacitor. The inner coil of the 2 coils was covered with, if I remember, with the GANs or with the wrapping as the same as you're suggesting.
I've also
it's very
found
hard to do it. It's very hard to do it.
I think I would go ahead and make
Test
my.
can teach us, of course.
I'm going to nanocoat all this stuff first. My capacitor, split capacitor coils that comes through, and then I'll feed it through. What I've found on the e-cigarettes, the vaping e-cigarette thing, you can get you can get 22 gauge, 32 gauge, 20 gauge titanium wire, nickel wire, and those should be pretty easy to then get your gradient in your batteries. You nanocoat them as you go. You have this all, before you feed it through there, you like cold caustic this battery system and then feed it through, so that you don't have to hit it with the torch. You already know that it's nano-coated and gansed when you feed it through that center. Say this is your gravitational coil that you're going to feed it through. You make certain before you make this gravitational coil that you know the size of this wire that you're going to feed through it, so it'll feed through fairly smoothly. In fact, you can feed it through before it's a circle. You can feed it through as a tube to start with. Before you make it, you can feed your pin. I guess you call this the pin wire. You feed that through before you make a circle out of it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna undo that because it's kind of messy. But that was the principle of how to make it. If anybody else wanted to try the idea, I just wanted to share this idea, and I thought it was possible, because as far as, but I really didn't understand the value of this wire, other than it was a way to connect the coils together, and it was a way
No, it's not there to connect coils.
Okay.
It has a very specific reason.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, the people who are in the innovation group, they have worked on this for years. And they've seen the difference with the coil, with the line inside or outside. It creates a more powerful, it centralizes the field forces. It's not just there for connection. We could have connected directly from one end to another.
Right.
This was explained to me by one of the guys in the innovation group who's been testing these things, and so it's part of the structure.
Okay.
Why to put that center wire inside?
So if this battery works, let me get me another color. And this is the magnetical coil that goes around it. We'll just make it double so we can pretend like it's a coil. And we know that, let me get me my blue again. We know that this wire feeds into the gravitational, that's our entrance. And some people call it a negative. And out here on this, let me get my another color here. Out here, when this comes back, there's our exit. Some people call it the plus. If my batteries work, if my batteries inside here work, can I hook these two together and make it?
I cannot tell you. I don't know.
I'm going to try it because what do I have
to? The thing is, when you connect you just create the coil battery.
Yeah, I just made a battery. I didn't know.
Coil battery. It doesn't do anything with what we want to do with the rest of it.
Yeah, here's what I really want is I want this plasma in here. This is what I'm trying to create. I mean, that's my whole purpose.
Yeah, the only way you're going to create a plasma is when you have two coils. It's impossible to create it out of one coil.
So when I'm hanging it, so when you have a stacker unit, well, you mean two coils? I'm doing this.
Yeah, coaxial on top of each other, the way we do.
Okay, so here's our perpendicular, or the 45 one. You're saying,
but you need,
I need two of them.
Yeah. But don't forget, you still need. Let me just join you here. I'm going to go with green.
Yeah, okay.
Then what you're going to see, you need two coils here too.
I don't see. Okay.
okay, you need 2 coils on either side.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're doing double coils.
Double
I mean,
coils. Has
yeah.
to be.
Yeah, I wasn't saying, but I was using it. It's calling our mag grab coils. We always have, we have a coil and we have an inner coil.
Yeah.
And then we have the pin going down the center.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to turn that pin into battery split capacitor battery system all the way through, and on both of them.
But let's take a step this further. If you are doing it,
do we want to change our screen?
Can we have a new page? So can we join a new page?
I'm gonna clear all the drawings. There's our new page.
Okay, don't clear. Don't clear.
I wonder if I can redo. No, I cleared it. We can always start over from scratch.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you what if you're gonna do it. Let's look at another option.
Okay.
You're moving too much. Stand still. I have to move. When you move, I can't move. Okay. You made this coil, and you put wires around it. You make a battery out of it, and then it goes to the next coil. You go to the gravitational out of the magnetical of the second coil, yeah?
Yes.
So if this is the second coil, let's say, you join the second coil and you go, these are all double coils we're talking about, yeah? Yeah. So you go from the gravitational of the center core double coil into the gravitational of this outer core magnetical coil.
Yes.
It's again the same. It's just one wire going through the whole outer core, yeah? What about if you do coil here as well? That in a way it becomes a split battery. One half stays in the inner core and one half stays in the outer core. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
So what would be the option on it?
Okay, but is this on the outside of the outer coil? On the outside of the magnetical?
You have double coil. You have a double coil which makes the magnetical of the set, and then you have a double coil which makes the gravitation. The center one makes the gravitational, and the outer one makes the magnetical. But both of them have a wire going through the center of their gravitational, huh?
Right.
Okay. Let's say both gravitational coils, the wire, not the coil inside in the center, you do such a thing with. Brennan, can you, is Brennan there? Brennan, are you online?
Yes, Mr. Cash.
Can we do this with the way we do the sets in the Innovation Center and see if it creates a different boost of energy?
Okay, the split capacitor, then wrapping around the coils, gravitational and magnetical?
No, just using the straight wire which goes through the center of the both gravitational sets to put a wrapping of GaNs and let's say aluminum gas fired or titanium, and we see what it does from our side.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, we're all watching. Okay, we'll do it.
If you could please, yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much. Because there is a valid point in this. It can increase the power of the system, and it can bring what do you call it? A lot of power to the system. With something we did with the coil. I can't remember the outcome. Most probably I'll know by tonight. I'm going to get a call. You're still drawing.
Well, if I can stop share this and go to another screen, I might be able to have a better situation for this class. Just a moment. Okay, I want to go back into my share screen. Oh, that's not what I want. I'm sorry.
Oh, you got a very nice black cat.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I can see him there.
What I want here is I want to go to this particular one. Just give me a moment. See if I can do this. It should have been already been able to do this. Are we there now? This is, can you see this drawing?
Yes, definitely. Yep.
So this explains everything. Here's our, okay, let me get my annotate out here so that I can draw on here. And what color? I'll just use red. Okay, so we know that here's our gravitational coil. It came in and it came around here and came out here, and now we're feeding this wire back down through, and it comes out here and it goes up to this gravitational. And once it's through the gravitational, it comes out here, and here's our another, here's our one, and here's the two. Let me get my colors out here again. These here are where I splice with arm and splice, and I start my battery capacitors go down through here on both of them. Is that what you were trying to tell me to do? Do it through both of them?
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, that was my intent.
See what we done. We have it. I cannot remember. This is some time ago. What we done in the Innovation Center, we have put GANs on this and used it as a battery. And we done the same thing with this coil. I can't remember if we ever did this one. Yeah, I'll ask, because there's usually pictures taken when the tests are done. But this, what I call, let me change the color. This what I call what I showed as green.
Yes.
Has been done. And I don't know, there was a reason we didn't follow it up with because it involved with something else. But the red one, I can't remember if we done. I know, and then we add the knowledge on in the next teaching. Because we have a coil master. He's one of the best we've seen. And he's good with these things. I admire the way he works. But I'll ask him, because he keeps all the records of everything. We can know very quickly.
Okay, that was my primary question about, these would all be in series. And if I needed to, it just makes I'm just hoping that would make a powerful unit. And so, but when you're saying also when we're doing these, when we're doing these MagRav systems, let me get two colors. So this is our big MagRav. This is our magnetical, and this one here fits through it. This is our 45. I'm gonna be another color. This is our 45 that goes through here. And you say I need two of them to make it powerful, because I'm interested in this this stuff right in here. I'm interested in the plasma.
Yeah, the thing is, that's what we were talking about. But you got to see what it does, what that adds to. I'm sure our guy in the Philippines will give us an answer in no time. He's brilliant in these things.
But you're saying on this, if I'm doing this, trying to get these plasma, and I'm putting in a star formation, let me get rid of this stop share, and this is
there is no reason if you do what you just showed us hanging, yeah,
yes,
that your system should not create a plasma, but you have to nanocoat everything. And secondly, remember, when you do a test like this with such a system, you have to be in the environment like the cameras, the television, everything else, which throws fields out.
Right.
Try to do it in an environment which is open enough that the fields can interact with each other. It's a very simple but beautiful gadget. What you got there?
And so you're saying that I would need one here and one underneath it, at a very minimum.
No, yeah, you need 3 there, or you can try a single one.
Well, that's what I was
because
hoping.
you can move it back and forth till you get it.
Yeah,
but
that's.
The field will not be so strong, but maybe you can reduce your frame to be more compact.
Yes,
This gives you the way you have set it up on the horizontal wire. It's amazing because you can push it back and forth till you get it, but it's too far from the center one, number 4.
Yeah, that's in here. Will hang down.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So this is
hang it down here.
Yes, it's too far.
And
maybe
all you'd have to do is tighten this up.
Just tighten it. Yeah, you have a fantastic. This is the best spaceship you can ever make.
And so, and of course, I can use different grade of wire as well, depending on, and these can be different sizes. But also, these little separate units down here, they're separate. I can move them by hand.
Yeah.
Now we can't see. I can't.
You have there.
Yeah.
What I call the structure you have there with the 3 legs.
Yeah.
Anybody can build it.
Yeah, it's fairly simple.
Just get a hold of a coat hanger and you're there.
Yeah. And so these right here, of course, are they're independent. You have to move them by hand. This is your center one, and these here have the coils, and you move them by hand.
Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing the knowledge.
And so that's it. These are just for the fun of it and possibly make it work.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to get off of this. I'm going to stop my video.
Thank you very much. Vince, can we show that video we promised, if you can show us? Just the part outside the building, if you have it.
Yes, Rakesh, I have the pictures from that night, the raw images. I can share my screen and
yes, please.
Okay, so this is the smaller images. I just want to show you that you see that there's a bit of an orb on top. I'm going to make it bigger.
Can you open it bigger, please, so we can see?
Yes, for sure. But all of them have this little light thing happening there.
This was taken with a hand phone.
Yeah, just a regular phone. This is the top of the building, and you see a little like a halo on top.
They went around the building taking pictures. It's not that there is a light city in the back.
And it was a cloudy night, so there was no, moon or anything. This is if I increase the size here, this is basically what we saw on top. There's like a little orb or something.
Was it still in a blue shade, because this is what we've seen? You see there is a light on the left, you can see. Yeah. But that is still inside the system, that is inside the plasma.
Yeah. And here is where you see a bit of an orb on top as well, and lighter.
But the interesting is it finishes on the edge of the building.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was a light, it goes across this. It finishes on the edges of the building.
Yeah, so you see it's like a round shape on top here.
But don't forget, he's on the ground floor. So this is on top of the first floor.
Yeah. And I also have the video of when the hand disappears. You want me to show that or no?
Yes, carry on. I mean, you're showing everything. Why not the rest?
Sure. So this is a video just we took with a bunch of friends, and you see the field distortion on the hand here. You might see some orbs on the wall. Those are just dust, but concentrate on the hand because that's where we are. Your hand is actually disappearing here. Whoa! I see shimmers here. like lights going on and off. You see? Hold on. See?
Oh wow.
I see orbs. I see orbs on camera. There are a bunch of orbs.
And
Yeah,
her
yeah.
hand is also.
Yeah. I see orbs are moving around.
And her hand is holy.
You see the orbs? You
Yeah.
see the orbs? You don't see that on the wall. See the orbs?
Oh wow.
Holy God.
Yes. It's on camera.
It's on camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see orbs like
Even
a
Greenland.
little.
That's a Greenland.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an orb on top of her and moving. Well, your hand is kind of, yeah. See, it's right there. Keep it there. It's like now disappeared almost. Your hand there, it's not there.
Double now.
It's like a little, yeah, disappeared. Your hand, right, go back, right there. There's no hand. No, you don't have any hand. Hey, right there, see? There's no hand. And you see orbs. So basically feels distortion there. So there's more distortion there. And the hands sometimes look very much bigger and smaller. Like little balls running through. Do you see it? Yeah. See, on her back, there's like other disco balls. Yeah, the disco balls are just the dust in the air, so ignore those. It's focusing. No hand there. See? There is no hand there. Down, a bit down, to the left. Take your ring off. Make sure it's not a reflection of the ring. Yeah. Go back. Back a bit. Back right there. See? There's no hand. A bit backwards. Down. Right there. There's no. See? Where's her hand? Where is her hand? Where the unit? Yeah.
I know there's orbs in the background.
Yeah, there's orbs. Yeah.
Why where those coming from? There should be no reason for any reflection on that at all.
Yeah. See what happens right there. Move your hand up and down. Right there, down there where your hand is. Move it down. See? It's gone. So we were actually using a physical eyes and we couldn't see it, but camera does capture it. But you still can see field distortions, so it looks like a really misty kind of a vapor almost. The hand becomes like a vapor.
Is that coming from her movement?
Yeah, or tricky. Yeah. Gonna go back a bit. Like from here, you don't even have a hand. From that bit. Yeah, it's like you don't have a hand here. See?
It doesn't have a head.
There's no hand here. See? It becomes like a ghost.
Can we stop this, Sally, please?
Sure, see the hand. See how this is. Go ahead, Mr. Fish.
Okay, if you stop that. This is what you want to take it off here. This is what we explained before. These are not in public. They're hidden in the background with Ali. It's not in public domain to be seen. We have recorded this separately in a different occasion with Rick and Vince. Vince, can you show that, what you have on the second occasion? Are you there? Okay. The whole, what we said about we cannot see the fingers or the hands, this was reported some 6 weeks ago, if I remember correctly, by somebody else in Canada. The whole hand was not shown, but the gentleman did not want to come public. This is what we said. When the energy or gravitational magnetic field we talk is in balance with what interacts with, it does not create light. And don't forget why this happens, and in certain position it happens, is because when Ali or any of you use the, what we call the, like when you use your CO2 or when you use your copper oxide kit, you have that amino acid layer on top. If that amino acid gets mixed up in your GANs when you're creating it, then you have a plasmatic condition which is made of amino acid by the GANs that is in balance as your structure. So that's why in some points you see it and in some points you don't see. It's not a magic. Understand scientifically what happens. The system creates a balanced gravitational magnetic field strength as the body of the man because there's some amino acid in it. So when you make your system soft light in your GANs, try to use the amino acid, the fat from the top of the CO2 box, if your intention is to create that kind of condition. So you see, you understand, and in a perfect condition, you should be able to control it. So if you put, for example, one of the amino acid batteries in the system, then you feed and you connect with the human body. So if you want to feed, let's say, meat, you need the combination of the, let's say, red meat. You put a battery in your setup, like as Ali was showing, he's putting like 16 batteries to each setup. One of those batteries, if it carries the amino acid energy, then the person receives that amino acid energy. So you add two, and then in the system, you become like disappeared as well if you increase it into the coils. This is part of the teaching. As I said, this year we target for the space lift, but these are the preset that you start seeing things, and as more and more of you move into the spaceship development, you will see and you'll report. But there is one thing very interesting. Can you go back to the picture of the house, please, Ali? Yes. This glow on top of the house has no limit. And if we manage to create that many glows in, let's say, few hundred houses around the world, they link up and we start a world peace process. This is the field which we've been looking for. If you add the CO2 and amino acid into your structure, as you're feeding the man, and with your zinc and the copper and the CO2, which I just explained earlier on, you reach the emotion and the physical body of the man. And if your intention and if the setup is on a balanced condition, you will find people walk with the guns in their hands and they don't remember why. You see it, you feel it, and the fields connect. In a way, we cascade this planet simply with a very few systems. Don't forget, last Christmas, not just past the one before, we set the system in Germany, in Canada, and in Italy. And our wish was to stop a reactor in a coil, and it was stopped. If the wish of you lot is peace, now you see the glow we've been promising. The field is there. We are on the verge of a major breakthrough, but it has to be the right intention, the right condition, and then you will see it will span very easily to link up. So what we did, you create this field, now you see it physically, and now a lot of you, when you build your systems, always go out of the house. See if you see the field outside the house. The process is to understand. Now you can see it. Now you understand how you can do it. The way a lot of you start making the nano coating and the guns and the coils, this is the ultimate goal we are reaching. You made the coils to make energy, turn it 90 degrees. You can use it to replicate the structure of the man for healing, as we showed, for the process of the reversing of the illness. And if you do it in the right way, you can create that elusive. But there is one thing you have to remember. If your system is powerful enough, you don't need to create any more power energy, because you can tap into the energy wireless.
Mr. Kesh, something happened with the microphone there, and it seems like
Yes.
it's too close.
To interfere with my headphone remote, and so I withdrew the headphone.
Okay.
You understand?
Much better now, thank you.
Yes, I especially removed it. There are those who have a dark images in their heart. So what happens is that now if you've seen the field being 10-20 meters out of the house, spanning beyond, this power at the house level is very, very powerful. Have we got Alex online? Alex, are you awake?
Just about to say the same thing. Okay, Alex, you're open. Your mic's open at least. Not sure if it's hooked up. Hello, Alex. We're not hearing you yet.
Alex. We go to London, God knows, from Canada to Switzerland.
Hello.
Hello, Alex. Good morning.
Hi, Mr. Kesh.
Alex, are you in a position to show us the light with the washing machine?
I'm not in the house.
Where are you?
I'm at the shop.
At the shop. Ah, okay.
I'm fixing things up.
Can you explain to us what happens, what you've done?
I connected, like I showed on the video, I connected one end of the electric to the ground, and then the other one connected it to an appliance that powering with.
No, I've seen the video. He showed it to me. We were live testing.
I was going to try to look it up on live stream, but I'm not sure.
No, I don't think. Is it on the live stream? There's
No, I think it was on Facebook.
Okay.
Okay, can we show that?
Sure, I'll try to find it. If it's on his channel, sure.
So this is Denny. Does anyone have any clues of how to use the wireless system once you've got your star formation going powerful?
Yes, what happened, we got to realize this is what we said. This is the third part of the MAGRAV unit. At the moment, you're feeding from the back of the system to the meter. In a coming time, we'll advise you how to start using energy, the way you will see if Rick can pick it up. This is the energy which will never register on any meter because you don't take it. He connects one side of the wire to the wall of the washing machine, and the other side of the wire of the appliance or the light or whatever is just connected to the sink. This is the plasma energy which you can create yourself, but this energy does not go through the meter. It's a zero power. which means you don't pay anything for it. But don't forget, Alex has been using this system for nearly 6 months. The house is literally nano-coated in every level. So some of you in a coming time, you can test the same. Because this is coming from the plasma, free plasma in the building, now you take the plasma and you can have what we said, zero power. At the beginning it's very weak, but it builds up, and so you can light up, you can heat up, and because is no electric connection, the machine is off, the system is switched off, the washing machine is not working. So now you receive your free wireless system. This is the next step in, but we need the time. The way we said you need 21 days, and now we said how to load it. Now the front of the system, the loading part of the system, you start using the plasma energy, which brings you the zero time or zero energy supply. But it needs building, it needs building up. If you use a number of systems in the house, then you get to that point much faster. We have, with this system, achieved what we said, wireless transmission in time. If you take what we saw with Ali or with Jackie, if you take 2 points of a wire from different points of the plasma and connect it to each other with the appliance, you'll have the lighting or the heating or whatever you like to do. Don't forget, especially with the system of what do you call it, Ali, is no earth or a battery connection. It's all plasma batteries. So the plasma will release so much energy with the structure, as you see in the crossing the boundary of the house. Now you can tap into it. For the first time, you've seen a free plasma energy. This is what we said, and that's why the Maghreb units was put out in that way. But if you would have shown it, people would have said from the beginning, blah, 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 whatever. Now you see the working system.
Okay,
Technology is 100% correct. And now in one session today, you've seen 3 different appliances of the same thing.
Alex, is this the KFSSI Magravs test, or is that a bit different?
That's the one. That's the one.
Okay, good. Let me get that set up here then.
There is a, can you stop on this picture? Don't move, don't move. I want to ask something from Ali. Ali, if you look at this picture which you have on the screen,
yeah,
on the right hand side of the building, you see the reflection of the light on the left side of the building, the same blue. Are these the 2 houses the same near you, or is this the reflection of the light on the plasma?
Are you referring to, I'm not sure exactly.
There is a blue, if you look at the top left hand side of your picture,
Okay,
on top of the building there is a blue light. Yeah, there.
Here, right. Okay.
Yeah. And then go right to the opposite side, you see the same light. Is there another house there, the same?
Yeah, there's another house here. There's another building here.
The same light system?
I don't know. They're 2 different apartments, so I doubt that they're the same.
So is it lit the same time, the same way?
Good question. I'm not sure. I have to go out and check it out. How come?
You're not in the house to check?
I'm inside the house, but I have to go outside the house to check it.
Okay, go outside, check and come back.
Okay.
We'll wait. Okay, Ali, sorry, Rick, can you show us the video?
Yes, yes, Mr. Kesh. Let's I'll have to stop to share screen here. I'll do the desktop too. Let's do that. Oops, that didn't work. Okay, I have to do it a little differently. I think that might work. Do you see the Facebook site there and the video?
Yeah.
Yeah. I should be able to make that bigger. I don't think or maybe I can go full screen with it even.
Yeah.
Let me just get the volume set lower. Whoa. Oh, you don't hear the, okay. Okay, right. Thank you, Vince, and let me let me reset that screen share so that we can hear the computer sound. Back to there. Okay,
earlier on in the day in the
93rd
Knowledge Seekers Workshop.
Start.
Hello everyone, and then compliments of the season, and then I hope you enjoy your holidays wherever you are. Today I just want to give you a quick update about the workings of your MAGRAV unit. Like Mr. Kesh said earlier on in the day in the 93rd Knowledge Seekers Workshop, that anything you hook up to your MAGRAV unit becomes a generator by itself, and that's just what I want to show you. So we're going to start by I'm going to show you, before I go into the light aspect, I want to show you my battery. This is a rechargeable battery, but as you can observe, the battery is charging itself. It's self-charging itself. Let me just well, you can see that it's charging itself. It's going up instead of coming down. It's charging itself because of the plasmatic environment that it's in. Okay, now back to the main topic. The slides. True, this is the really first free energy I've seen. The slides here, this current coming from here. If you wake up any time of the day, you wake up 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, anytime.
Are you there?
Yes, I just sorry, I just temporarily lost the video there. So just a second, where I get this restarted, a new window, and back to where we were before that happened. Okay. Just about there, just excuse me. Well, there it is, okay. So, want to stop share, reshare.
Mr. Kish, I went and checked that it's too much fog tonight, so I can't really see what even other buildings. So I'll have to check it the other day.
No problem. No problem. That's
okay. We're going to show this a little differently here, and let's try to. I can't play it full screen because I lose my all video on my other 2 screens at the same time. So I'm going to show it in a smaller screen, but see if I can increase that in size. Oops, that didn't work. That did actually a little bit. Okay, well, we can pretty much see what's going on there. So I'll play it in that size screen and take the, I'll zoom in on the live stream so people can see that more clearly. And let's speak.
Compliments of the season. and then I hope you enjoy your holidays wherever you are.
Yeah, that's an option.
Today, I just want to give you a quick update about the workings of your MAGRAV unit. Like Mr. K shared earlier on in the day in the 93rd Knowledge Seekers Workshop, that anything you hook up to your MAGRAV unit becomes a generator by itself, and that's just what I want to show you. So we're going to start by I'm going to show you, before I go into the lights aspect, I want to show you my battery. This is a rechargeable battery, but as you can observe, the battery is charging itself. It's self-charging itself. Let me just well, you can see that it's charging itself. It's going up instead of coming down. It's charging itself because of the plasmatic environment that it's in. Okay, now back to the main topic. The slides. True, this is the really first free energy I've seen. The slides here, this current coming from here. If you wake up any time of the day, you wake up 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, anytime, you still have it, and it's free. So what did I do here? I just connected one end of it to the ground. Well, here I'm using the sink as a ground, so you can see that one end. I'm putting a capacitor here, a plasma capacitor, because if you do this without putting a plasma capacitor, the sink is going to shock you. So I don't want to get no shock on the sink. That's why I'm using this, because this can absorb the energy, so it doesn't shock me anymore. So I can touch the sink, and then I don't get no electric shock. And then if you look at the other side of the connection, you see that it's an electrode just hooked up to the washing machine. See, when I take it off, the lights are off. See, I don't know if you can see the connection properly. And then when I put it back now, the lights comes right on. See, and then the washing machine, as you can see, is switched off. But still, if you put it on, it doesn't really make any difference, because the lights are still on. You can see when I switch on the lights, you see how bright it is. It's a lot of light. This is about 120 AC volts the same. But the problem with it is the current is not steady. So what I'm saying is that if any of you has the knowledge of how to make this light steady, I'll be very happy to work with you in this research, because I've been spending so much time now trying to figure out how to steady the current, but up to now it's not happening. So if anyone think he has an idea of how to go about it, that's going to be very useful. Don't worry about this. This is just I'm trying to nanocode this. I'm trying to use the plasmatic energy to nanocode this electrode. That's why I say this has nothing to do with the configuration. You know? And then another thing I have to show you is just to confirm to you that everything in my house now is plasmatic. Can you see? Can you hear that? See, my washing machine, same thing. Even if I plug my laptop to the system, to the MAGRAV system, you still have the same effect. So yeah, so everything is pure plasmatic. All over the place is plasmatic. So that's what I'm saying. I've been running these systems in my house for over 6-7 months now. So I'm not sure you can just install a MAGRAV system and expect it to give you the same result. But I mean, it's worth trying. If you want, you can try to see if you can get the same effect at home. But I know I've been working for a long time. So if you install your MAGRAV system at home, and then any of your appliances, you can just put one end of electrode on the body, and then the other end you put in the ground, and then you get your free energy that we've been waiting for. All right, guys. Until next time, if I have anything to show you, I'll let you know. And then if you have any questions about these units, you can ask me, and then I'll be happy to answer you if I can. Okay. All right, and that's all for now. Merry Christmas to everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Alex, you've done a change to it. Now the light stays on continuous.
Yes, Mr. Cage, because the lamp I was using was I think it was too powerful for the current that was coming. So while I use a lower current lamp, it was steady. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was saying that I was using the 220 volt lamp, but it's a DC. Well, it's convert 220 volt to a 12 volt DC lamp. So it was it was blinking, but now I put some LEDs that are I think 120 volt and then it's steady.
Did you try what we discussed?
Yeah, I tried. It doesn't. Yeah, it increased the amp a little bit, not the voltage.
But
Well, another thing,
3 lines with it, or is it
yeah, I did even four lines. Now it didn't. It just increased the amps a little bit, not the voltage. But another thing I did with it is I connected from the unit from the washing machine. I just connected the wire straight to the negative of my battery, and then it kept charging the battery forever. The battery stayed at one point. Even if when I run appliances through the battery, it doesn't move.
So in a way, you can connect it to a battery, and the battery becomes your power supply.
Yeah. But the battery has to be the battery has to be fully charged, because it is at what point you connect it has at what point the power you have in the battery that is going to continue using. It's not going to go further, neither is it going to increase more. It could increase, but with fractions, but it's never going to go lower. Like for instance, if you have a 6 volt battery and then you connect a wire to it from the washing machine, it's going to stay at 6 volt. So even if you put appliances, if you put loads on the battery, it's going to go down a little bit, but not lower than 6.5 volt or so.
Have you got a code, Alex?
No, I've not got a code.
You sound very clear. I think you got it worked. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thanks very much, Alex. Thank you.
All right.
So what we see, if you understand, is that the energy which, as Alex said, if you charge your battery or connect it to a system which can change to AC converter, whatever you use is absolutely free from that point on, because it uses a plasma energy and not the what do you call it, the electron vibration current through your system. Now you understand when we explain that the system is make it totally what do you call it, free energy. The free energy comes from the plasma compared to the electron vibration of the AC/DC. And if you use a 12 volt battery to charge, and by the standard, you can put an inverter, amplified inverter, and change it to a DC, which has no supply. So if we go back on the screen share, can I share my screen? So what happened is that you had the power supply, you had the meter, you connected it to your maglev unit, you connected it to the power supply to whatever load you wanted. You got 1/3 off on this side. Now, if you put a small load here, another load here, and you create enough in time, what you call the plasma condition, and take one of the appliances which you have here, or single appliance you especially put in that point, and connect it to a battery or to AC inverter. Now you can supply the whole house directly from this unit. And because it doesn't go on the main line, your total power supply consumption is 0 on your meter. So the system becomes self-sufficient. I'll repeat it that you understand what you got to do to achieve 0 power. This is your meter from the house. You have a point to your maglev unit. You connected your maglev units to some sort of appliances. This appliance here, you can feed from it, not go through it, but connect to it, to a battery, or you can go to an AC inverter. We show you how to do the AC inverter. Alex can tell you all you need to do is to connect one line to the earth side of the wire. We show you how to do this later on. And then anything you take from here, which can be literally connected in the back of here, is totally free in the house. So you bring your maglev unit immediately before to encourage the plasma flow. You put your load on this end and you connect all the attachments to it. But this needs time. This needs another few weeks that you can nano coat the whole structure. Don't forget, Alex is in this position because he's now already nearly 6 months, 8 months using the system. So in the coming time, we'll give you a unit, we advise you, or you can build it as you do everything yourselves, that you create a new power generator from a system on the back of the unit, which gives you the free energy and is more or less wireless.
Mr. Kesh, is there a microphone issue there that might be adjusted, or they're losing your voice a bit there?
Is it better now?
Oh yes, much better, thank you.
Yeah, because we have a problem with some idiots in the background, as I call them. They think they're very clever, but we see things in the background. So, so the system will become 100% powerful, power-free. Because here you convert immediately back into a system of a plasma. If you remember when we showed it in ambassador meeting and in the teachings in the what do you call it, a couple of weeks ago in the center, we put 110 and 220 the drill and the heater next to each other from the same source. You just need to be patient. The system is absolutely and become more or less free power maglev system. But you have to allow the environment to build up. And with a simple single system, it takes time. We saw the lady who we showed first. She says she's running her studio free from any power to be taken from outside. In time, the environment changes to appliances and the system will go. You can, in time, deplug or literally disconnect from the main and use the same plugs as you have in the house, but they'll all be free energy in a way which the plasma, once it's set off and created, you can disconnect from this in time. Because the system will start feeding itself, absorbing energy from its environment. This is just needs time for the system to set in. So the next step, once you got your systems in time, is to keep on checking if, for example, your washing machine or one of the appliances near to the system is become plasmatic, and then use it to drain energy into a power supply or inverter of what we show you. And then if you create a plasma batteries, you don't even need that. Then the supply becomes self-sufficient. You disconnect from the main in time to come.
Mr. Kesh?
Yes?
I've tried that. I disconnected my units from the wall, and the energy stayed for about half an hour, after which it went off. Why did it go off?
Why? Because you have not reached the full capacity. You need to put a battery, plasmatic battery set in your system with a feedback.
Okay.
You understand? So you manage now, you're a half an hour total free from the main.
Yeah. Yeah. After about half an hour, it went off. Just went off dead.
Yeah. So you need to now put the batteries, as I said, the energy or inverters. You need plasmatic battery that they will create the flow.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Just test it. Have you retried it again? You just
No.
disconnected the main totally.
Yeah, I disconnect. Actually, I switched off the whole house. I took off the switch and the fuse from the mains, and then I let the system run. It ran for about half an hour, and then it stopped.
What did you use in that half an hour?
Just the lights. Just the lights that was on it.
Mm-hmm. So what you need to do, if you add what I said here, the plasma batteries, the inverters, then you find out the system will go that way. And you tested yourself that how you convert the plasma into AC by connecting to Earth, yeah?
Yeah.
You remember? It goes back a long time ago you did that. Yeah. Okay, that's perfect, Alex. So you will see that the system gradually becomes self-sufficient system. Any other questions?
Yes, we did have one person here that's had his hand up for a long time, Darcy Burshield. I'm not sure who they are. I'll promote them, the panelists, and see what they have to say. And I know it's getting on here, Mr. Kesher.
What's the time?
It's 1:15. I'm not sure which hour for you there. It's over 3 hours and 12 minutes. We're into the meeting.
Okay, we answer this question and then we go off.
Okay. Darcy Burshield, can you, I'll unmute you and see what you would like to, do you have a question?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Hello?
hi,
Yes.
it's a little muffled, but we can hear.
Okay. I'm looking for a way to share the screen on my computer here. Oh, good. Where are we?
What do you wish to share, first of all?
Well, I did want to show a possible solution for the manufacturing to reduce some of the connections.
Okay, it's your own picture then. Huh?
Yeah, and it's just a picture. It's the way I wind the coils. Basically, I've got the two larger magnetical coils connected first, and then the gravitational coil for the next level is also connected in one larger coil, if you will, which eliminates about 6 connections that have a number of, I forget the number, but it eliminates the number of connections in your MagRev unit. Can you see that picture? I've lost you.
We can see the picture, Darcy.
We're trying to analyze what exactly you mean, or how this would work.
So he's kind of trying to show what Armin showed last night there, Rick. Or it was last night for me, but in your plasma group, where you run the two larger coils as one with the break in between the 81 and the 144 coils.
Yes,
good job,
that's right. And then,
good job.
Yeah, but that is not recommended.
Oh, okay.
That is not recommended because I know from tests, you have to have the separation. Otherwise, all becomes the same.
You have to have a nano to nano connection rather than
Yeah, but it has to be a separation of even that little field you cut, that separation that you do, it creates a totally different entity.
Okay, okay, that's good to know. Then I'll start doing it that way. Then.
Yes, you need the separation.
Also, I just wanted to share that
I discussed this with Jeff, who's building a system in Canada for winding machines. There is a need for a separation in the coils.
Okay. Also, just wanted to share that I'm using a 3D printer to make my Magravs stacker system too, and it seems to work pretty well. And so, yeah, I'm really glad to see Armin's doing the same.
Do you have a
Thank you very
picture
much.
of what yours looks like?
I don't know how to stop sharing this picture and start sharing that. How do you do?
Escape.
There we go. How do I share from my camera?
You just stop your screen share and start your video.
Okay,
And
there it is.
highlight your video. Whoops, video disappeared there.
Okay.
Okay, you want to show your video, right? So
Yeah.
I'll spotlight that.
Okay, well, I'll just show you. Let's see, where are we? There we are. Okay, so you can see the blue and the green set up there. I've got the split capacitors in that black part that's in front of the blue and the green. And then, of course, the blue and the green are just the Magrev coil stacker unit. And that's about all I got to show.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
It's amazing how many people around the world are doing this. And if you have time to knit a coil, as I call it, we have enough time to achieve what we plan to do. We've seen Alex and we've seen Jackie, and there are 3 people in the background. And now that we've seen it and people seen this, we'll see hundreds of people start coiling in the 90 degrees plasma. And in time we can achieve everything what we're planning to do. That to increase the plasma condition, that in time we can deliver what we need from it. But make sure when you're making these coils, pre-plan how you GaNs, the way you GaNs your system, the way you create plasma energy. In the coming time, as you've seen what do you call it? The split plasma system is an interim system. The split plasma capacitors, the split plasma batteries are interim. Now that we learn more, I will introduce new type of plasmas which are totally free plasma condition batteries. And you learn, instead of having nanocoats and GaNs and then the nano-coated aluminum or whatever, you can tap into the plasma directly. But we have to go enough people to learn that we can go to the next process. So as you've seen here, we've shown, I'm going to share my screen there, open the video. If you can give me the chance to do it, if you want to go enlarge on it, please. What I'm going to teach you in the coming time is when you make this coil, we show you how to tap into the plasma of this circle here. Then you don't need a GaNs. And then the next process in the next few months will be to show you to create this plasma even without a copper. But enough of you have to come to reach a point that then we become a plasma without unconditional, without any condition on it. Then you see how many will be in there and how you will join in there. So you can drain the energy from this point without actually having any plasma coils as what you're making in the batteries and the split coils. As we go along, now we've seen number of people showing, and if you can build the system as we said, then you're ready in a way, totally a number of you. We need another at least 20-30 people around the world to build up the GaN system, as we've seen with Ali and Jackie. Then we start playing the next step of transfer of energy from one unit to another, and in connection to be able to transport one object from one system to another. Transmutation of elements. Transportation. We need a station to a station to be transport, and then in the coming time we show how we transfer, for example, let's say a glass of water, we taint it the same color, that how will appear and will deliver under other condition in another place. It could be from let's say from Ali in Canada to what do you call it, Jack in Switzerland. This is what is to come. Now you're reaching the point of creating the plasma, transformation of the plasma, because you're all using the same copper. Try to use, if you have a seawater, then you have a direct connections. Then we'll come to the point that we are getting ready for the final stages of now. There's no use creating a plasma, a craft, and then not being able to move in it or move from it or transport something with it and from it. So the what you call non-tangible transportation, you will be the next stop in the next process of teaching that will come up. You will understand this as you start using the medical units. You do it, you learn. There is a very simple way you can test and you can start producing these. For example, get yourself 2 coils. The coil is set up like the one Armin showed and I explained in with a bottle. And try to create an energy and put, for example, a cup of water in the center. And try to create, for example, copper in this, or aluminium in this water. You change till you see substances inside. Then it gives you the field. And then create a condition that you can transport this energy to another point, that a cup which is somewhere else gets filled up with the same kind of material. You see the aluminium from here reducing and appearing in another cup, wherever it could be. The building of the craft is the beginning. The control and being able to transmute and transport in it is the next step to come. We're all on the right track. Everything is going the way we are looking, and it does. We showed the power of this transportation over a year ago, and now we show it with a free plasma condition. So in the coming time, for example, you can do the same thing as you build aluminium here. You can change this, as we said, to the body of the man, and then you create a valve which is damaged. You can change without opening the body to transport, and change pieces of the material which is stuck in the body, or add pieces to the body. The same as you created aluminium. You've done this. You've done it with the test of the orange. Now you have to bring and solidify it. The way you could transfer the taste of orange from the orange into the water. Now we try to do the same thing, but we become expert in it to do with a valve. Try to get an apple, for example, and then decide and open the apple, and you see if you can find copper inside it, a piece of aluminium inside it. This is how you start testing. Then you decide where in that apple you want the aluminium to be, or the copper to be. Why use the aluminium and copper? Because you used it in these coils when you made them. So it's easy to replicate to start with. So the open heart surgeries and what I call internal changes in the body of the man, where they go and take pieces out or add pieces in, is more or less becoming historical. Because now we're going into the next step. I thank you for today. Thanks very much for enlightening us. And yes. Yes, go ahead. Douglas is part of the innovation team. So let's see what he has to say.
Am I unmuted?
Yes, you're unmuted.
All right. Peace and blessings to you, Mr. Kesh. 22 hours here for me. I'm pretty tired. Yes, this has to do with Ali's setup. I noticed he was using IPEX PVC polyvinyl chloride, and he stated that he had put it in a caustic. There's no reaction with polyvinyl chloride in a caustic. Here in America, we sell CPVC, which is chlorinated polyvinyl chloride. There will be a reaction that is poisonous if you put a caustic in PVC. I know this or CPVC. I know this for a fact because I had to be taken to the hospital and have my lungs checked because I got into a chlorinated polyvinyl chloride pipe that had caustic running through it in a chemical plant. When CPVC gets heated up, it releases the chlorine in it, and the chlorine mixes with the caustic and becomes a gas that's poisonous and very harmful to the lungs. And I wanted everyone to know that out there. PVC is fine, but CPVC is not the thing to use because it is chlorinated.
Okay,
yeah, when I make sure always I put it outdoors, and if you put it in caustic, it actually deforms the PVC. So you have to maybe put it in maybe 5-10 minutes and take it out. And there are some parts that I couldn't really, I wasn't able to put in caustic because it was too big. And I just use a cloth and soak it in caustic and just rub it on the plastic to get that. But make sure to do it outside, not indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the top part, I did the steam coating just for 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. The bottom piece, I just use cold caustic and just rub it with the cloth.
Yeah, like I said, on Ali's setup is PVC. It's IPEX. It's PVC. It's polyvinyl chloride. It won't cause a reaction. Only CPVC. It's CPV is used for carrying hot water, CPVC, and it's chlorinated polyvinyl chloride. And the chlorine will come out when you mix chemicals with it. That's why we have to use a blue pipe over here to add caustics through PVC. Regular PVC's fine. It won't interact with it at all. It's only the chlorinated, the CPVC, and I'm afraid that people will go to Lowe's to get some half-inch pipe and grab CPVC by mistake and try to put it in a steam caustic, because if they do, they're going to end up with a reaction that they don't want.
Okay, thank you for sharing that information.
Yeah, that's all I had to share. I got the rest of my stuff for my team tomorrow. So,
what does it say?
Okay, thank you, Douglas.
There is something I want you to check in the background, Vince. There are a couple of people who are the trolls and trying to get people out of the line to the other places or discredit. Can you make sure they don't come back on? One of the name is what?
Heinz 1 was one of them.
Pardon?
Heinz 1. I seen him earlier.
Yeah, these are what we call.
Heinz was banned on live stream.
Okay.
Yeah, there is another one. Mika, Tapani. These are all. Pardon?
He's not a troll. He's just he's a regular commentator. He's got strange ideas, but he's not a troll. I would not call him a troll.
Okay, can we ban him? We don't need him there. They're directing people to the other places. They want to do. They don't need us to advertise for their jobs.
Okay, he'll be disappointed, but sure, I'll ban him.
Ban him, please. That's good for him. So thank you very much for today. Hopefully we'll be able to announce more things in the coming days. The process of testing will go on. We'll try to introduce new what you call conditions and materials, and hopefully all of you who received your systems, please bear with it. We'll teach you more and more how to use it. If you bought 2 or 3 systems, which a lot of people did, we'll teach you how to use the combination of these 2 or 3 for different applications. A number of people bought more than 2 or 3 units, or 2 units, a car unit and a power unit. We'll teach you how to use these tools for a specific applications in the coming time. But you need time to allow the system to build their structure up. Thank you very much, Rick. Thanks, Vince, for all your hard work. Thanks for Ali and Alex. And as we explained, the 3 divisions of the Keshe Foundation has been established, which is the Keshe Foundation as a foundation, Keshe Foundation Space Institute as a teaching arm, and SSI and KFSSI are totally separated now. In a coming time, you will have keshemanufacturing.org, keshedistribution.org, keshehealth.org. And we open a section which is called the GANS.org, which is all the developments in GANS will be on its own section as part of the teaching. The structure will, as it grows, Keshe Spaceship Institute will totally concentrate, more or less overwhelm the rest of the teachings and the work. But as we see more and more people are testing, when you start building these systems for space development to see the power the way we've seen with Ali and with Jackie and 3 other people in the background who are testing, more or less, now that you've seen it, I'm sure a lot of you will strive to achieve the same position. Then collectively we can bring the change in. But at this moment of time, we'll wait till more people catch up with the structure. And thank you very much for today, and hopefully we learn more from each other in the coming time. Thank you indeed. Thanks, Al. Thanks, Rick.
Thank you, Mr. Keshe. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, many thanks from everyone across the planet at this point. There's so many people in so many countries that are getting involved that it's on a daily basis. There's just new people all the time. It's amazing. And thank you for all your hard work, Mr. Keshe. That's incredible what has been accomplished so far, and where we're going is very encouraging. Okay, so that wraps it up for the 95th Knowledge Seekers Workshop. And people still have some questions. We'll have to hold them for next time. And that's it for Thursday, January 7th, 2016. Thank you, everybody, for attending.
Thank you, Rick. We appreciate you, bud.
All right.